Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Major League Baseball Home Run Derby was last night, and regular season home run leader Cal Raleigh is your winner for the first time in his career.
It means the world, you know. I could have hit 0 home runs, and I would have had just as much fun, so I just can't believe we won. It's unbelievable.
He beat Tampa Bay's Junior Caminero in the final 18-15 after beating Pittsburgh's O'Neal Cruz in the semis. Cruz had the longest homer of the night at 513 feet. Raleigh also announced before the event he will play for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic next year. The All-Star game is tonight as Tarek Skubal in the American League oppose Paul Skeens in the National League. The Red Sox and Aroldis Chapman will pitch out of the AL bullpen. Celtics lost their first Summer League game last night, 100-96 to Miami and Las Vegas. Baylor's Shireman, 19 points for the Greed, and Jordan Walsh was ejected from this game after picking up a quick pair of technical fouls. The Celtics wrap up pool play against the Lakers on Thursday night. ESPN is reporting that Golden State expected Al Horford to sign with them last week, and he did not. The New York Jets have signed wideout Garrett Wilson to a 4-year, $130 million contract extension. And in WNBA news, the Connecticut Sun opposed Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever at TD Garden tonight. We'll have the game at 8 o'clock here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit catcheslaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
To us, Boston pride runs deep.
I'm a Bostonian!
This is Boston's Home for Sports.
Bow, bow, bow!
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
They love the show. In fact, they said, Fred, you're the best.
and Hardy
Who's Taylor the originator?
on 98.5.
Hello.
Hey there.
Aloha.
Bonjour.
How we do?
What? I'm an animal.
Can we use this for the radio? No, Nick, with your drinking at noon on Monday.
Well, I tell her the truth. I'm just booty.
That problem is too large for the Sarge.
You know how I feel about clowns on morning shows?
And
I'm just saying, hello.
Toucher and Hardy.
Watch Daddy and Uncle Freddie.
Knocking back
25 glasses of soda.
having some fun.
On 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Hey there.
Hey, Isaac.
Hi, I'm Isaac.
Good morning, everybody.
Say my name.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey there.
Hi. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios. You can watch us on YouTube. Simply subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube, and that will be very exciting for all of us. Hope everyone is doing very well. Nick redid the opening, and he put a little self-referential trombone at the end, so...
Yeah, I mean, that was as much a nod to him as it was to Adam 12. But
I think it's much more of a nod to him. It's his music.
I would say if Nick took advantage of the situation, and it sounds great, but I would say it's a very Nick-heavy open. There's a fair amount of Nick in there.
Yeah.
Which is good. Well done,
I
Nick.
mean, he's the straw that stirs the drink. There's no question. So.
Oh yeah, he's the Edelman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's the motor.
Yeah. In fact, I'm a little surprised he even did that because I heard he's joining the Bros on Bros podcast as a big contributor. So that's exciting. Right before we came in, this morning when we were meeting, I hadn't seen this last night, but there's a new video of, I guess because of Belichick and Jordan. They are laying on a patch of grass, as most 24-year-olds are wont to,
and most 74-year-olds.
Yeah,
they like to lay down on the bare earth outside.
Yeah. And if I'm North Carolina, I'm saying why not July 15th? Get out there and just lay on the grass.
Make sure to remind everyone one final time before season starts.
Yeah, that you're have no interest in any of this. So of any of the football. So he's laying on the grass. They're gazing upon the sea. I can only imagine they're in Nantucket. which I went off on Nantucket. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. And but I went over all that yesterday. But it would almost be worth it to see the two of them lollygagging around the sea on the grass.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of this before, but so she just happens to be filming her legs when Bill's lazily laying beside her, taking a rest. And he lightly punches her leg. And she's like, "This guy's got to get back to coaching." So it's very cute, but he punches her milky thigh, and it's called, what is it? Bug? You see a
slug bug.
Okay, so slug bug is when you see a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah, when you see a beetle or a bug, and you're driving along, and you reach over and you say slug bug, but he does the very crafty maneuver of saying no takebacks. So, now I don't know how you play no takebacks in slug bug. It's just whoever sees the next bug. If you see it first, you say slug bug, and you're also supposed to say the color. He plays the game by different rules, which he's done his entire career, and it has served him well.
I heard that he had Lombardi stationed about a half mile away to tell him when one was coming. I got to only imagine if he punches her every time he sees a Volkswagen Bug, that he's constantly punching her, because I've seen a Volkswagen Bug, never, but I don't doubt. And as at 24, I'd imagine you can't walk an inch without any Volkswagen Bug or Beetles that they haven't manufactured in 50 years.
Well, maybe they're playing a new version of it where since they're outside, it's for actual bugs. Like if you see a grasshopper or an ant or a cricket.
Wouldn't that be funny if Belichick's arm was in a sling afterwards, because I've had to punch her so many times.
I broke my humerus.
So what happened is she goes like, hey, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tape you. Because maybe he went slug bug, and she goes, what's that? And then he explains it.
Right.
And then she goes, okay, do it again.
Because she hasn't been alive since the Volkswagen Beetle has been produced.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't remember.
This was a big game in the 90s. It was.
That's a good point.
Well, see, I don't remember.
What is this thing?
I don't remember Volkswagen Beetles either. I don't doubt that they existed. That's not what the girl in Can't Buy Me Love was driving. The convertible.
Ooh, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, because the Volkswagen Bug, I know they didn't manufacture, at least since I was like 10. I don't think that they manufactured them in 1985. I'm guessing.
They brought them back as
they
a
did?
very rounded out. Yeah, you've seen tons of them. But it was the
Volkswagen
remember when
Beetles?
Yes,
I think Hardy's right. They modernized them.
Of course I'm right, John. I don't need you to back me up on this. They reintroduced the entire model, and one of the big selling points was it had a little, not a cup holder up on the dash, but a holder for a tiny little flower vase. And you could put a tiny little flower vase.
And that was the Bug or the Beetle?
I think it was the Beetle was the name of the car. But if they're the same.
Okay, the Volkswagen Beetle, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they made them as from 1938 to 2003.
Yeah. Okay. So in Can't Buy Me Love, that was a Volkswagen Cabriolet.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a.
Now those they had.
Beetle.
Now if you knew a rich girl, she drove a Volkswagen Cabriolet.
Yes, the main lifeguard / pool girl at the place I worked at my senior year of high school and after my freshman year of college. She was a rich kid there from Bloomfield Hills. She drove a Cabriolet.
Yeah, that was kind of the go-to car that the parents would buy.
Yes.
For the young cheerleader type.
Yes.
They would just go hey, you and your friends for the 2 months a year in Michigan, you can put the top down.
Yeah, there
you put that top down and roll around like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you wave your boyfriend's cowboy hat on at the end.
Yeah.
And then you get a horrible drug problem and die from it. Like the woman, like the girl did. Even though Cindy Mancini was she Cindy Mancini? Who was the dark-haired one?
The one
in the car.
In the car, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was by far the hottest.
I agree
by
with that,
quite a fair margin.
Oh yeah.
Because once he hooked up with her, I'm like, what are you doing? You keep hooking up.
Yeah, don't go back.
So anyway, what she does is it happened like one time, and she's like, all right, do it again. And he's like, okay. And then so at 74, he's got to lay on the grass and recreate a moment where they did something fun. And what's also got to be great about dating a 24-year-old when you're in your 70s is their constant need to tape everything.
Yeah, document everything. Whatever we do, whatever happens, isn't worth doing or happening unless it is preserved and then shared on social media.
Which is, I believe, unique to her age group because my kids don't do that, and nor do their friends. So I am a little... Now,
well, they do it, but only among their friends.
Okay, but I don't see, here's what I see my daughter's friends do because she's, looking at it and showing it to me, is there's a lot of putting on makeup and dressing up for no reason at the house so you can lip sync songs because you think you look good. Like there's a lot of that, including my daughter's done that. I know that she's done that. I don't know if she's put it on Instagram. I think she puts it on Snapchat or something, but like
Snap.
Yeah, but I believe there is that moment of time that people in their 20s are very specific to taping everything and putting it on social media. I think that might be. I think she might be older. Like she's of another generation. It's almost a quaint generation compared to like teenagers. She's 6 years clear of being a teenager, so that's a long 6 years. Those are COVID years.
Yeah.
Maybe the COVID kids, the generation of COVID kids have turned their back on a little bit of that.
Yeah. I mean, for them to put it on Instagram, it's got to be something like pretty big and important. Like for our daughters, Fred, putting it on Instagram is the equivalent of going to the mall and having it etched like on a plate at Things Remembered. That is serious now if it's going on the gram.
Yeah, that's the shirt that you're wearing the glamour shots like that. That's gonna be traded around.
Yes.
So can you put yourself in Belichick's shoes? Is that, first of all, what a day. It's the middle of the day. Let's go lay on a hill, which I only thought they did in like newspaper comics, like Beetle Bailey.
Or if you're driving on Storrow and there's that...
BU.
Is it BU where they're all laying on the hill?
On the right. Oh, yeah.
But their dorms are right there. So, what are you going to do?
University.
Yeah, I never knew who those people were or what they were doing. Thank you.
Yeah, they're probably all on mushrooms, sitting out and looking at the thing.
Charles, yeah.
Yeah, so, but there's that, but then there's also, lazily laying out. By the way, people do that. If you ever go to Arsenal Yards, that like place in Watertown, there's like a patch of AstroTurf in the middle of it. It's just in the middle of like basically a mini mall. And there'll be people who have been spending the day on that patch of AstroTurf. I'm not kidding.
Oh, my God.
Same with the streets in Chestnut Hill. Like, people are hanging out.
So you're on a patch of AstroTurf surrounded by concrete.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a cool day.
It never stops. It never doesn't fascinate me.
The steam rising off.
It's just, you're like, I got nothing to do. What do you want to do? Let's go to this patch of AstroTurf and, like, lay down all day. In the middle of everyone. Anyway. So I got to imagine that as he's got to take his breaks as they walk around Nantucket because his hip don't catch. They lay down, and then you're laying there and you try to do something to lovingly, and then she goes, "Okay, wait, I like that. Do it again." And then you got to do it again, and then she goes, "I'm going to put that on social media." And then you said, "The last time you put stuff on social media, I had to do a press tour, embarrassing myself."
Yeah.
But you would think that you wouldn't put anything on social media anymore because it's really not necessary. And then you say, well, don't let people change the way you live. Well, you're letting people in on your life for no reason anyway. It's your public account. Like it's not anything you need to do. Ain't nothing going to break my stride if you don't put stuff on social media. You're not letting anyone win. Like, there's no reason you have to share that with strangers.
The funny thing is, keeping off of social media has calmed things down. A lot.
Yes.
The best thing that has happened is that Jordan and Bill have been quiet for the last, 6 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is.
Well, we haven't
and
been
it's
talking
all,
about them.
But the thing is, the storm is blown over. It's all gone. No one's talking about them. Everything
the
is
storm's
quiet.
in a holding pattern, but yes, go ahead,
But the
John.
point is that there's no focus on them.
Yes.
And now, if she continues to do this, especially right before football season, it ramps up again, and it's more trouble for him.
Do you know why she's probably doing it? Is because of what you just said. Because no attention's worse than negative attention. In her mind, like no one's talked about her for 6 weeks.
Yes.
So maybe it's time to get that ball rolling again.
Right.
And this is dipping her toe in the water.
And even if it invites some negativity, it's better than nothing.
Right. Like, I need these comments. Give me some comments. Gimme. And, even if it's going to be, and then if it's negative, I can grandstand and have my white knight step up and I can retweet them. So that's an added bonus, too, is that with the hatred can come that sweet, sweet sympathy that is so craveable in the social media age, the righteous victimhood that comes from your really unnecessary publicly sharing your personal life. Like, this could all be avoided. No one's making fun of you for laying on the ground in Nantucket. They're not walking by and just, making fun of you. I mean, it's probably like 100, 200 people walk by you. That's fine. You put it up for the world to see for no reason. I mean, I bet you there's a part of her that if you really did an in-depth therapeutic session with her, would quite accurately admit she almost wishes people would say something negative.
Yeah.
So she can get white knights and she can be the righteous victim, which is maybe the most disgusting. And now I'm just projecting all this stuff onto her. So this is even beyond her. The righteous victim is maybe the grossest type of human that's not committing felonies. Is that, feel sorry for me. Because it's like a level of narcissism that isn't even based on success. It's just based on, feel bad for me. I want you to feel bad for me. Can you feel bad for me? Please feel bad for me. I want you to feel bad. And that would be the last thing I wanted anyone to feel about me. It's embarrassing when people feel bad about you. You want to, I want that over as soon as possible. I don't like that. That's a bad place to be. But what are you going to do? Who am I?
I tell you what, I wouldn't be laying on that grass in Nantucket. You
think some deers have been on that recently?
I would almost guarantee it. Ticks all over the place. They probably both have Lyme already. It doesn't matter.
It's God's plan for thinning out the herd. God said, let there be locusts, and I will bring them upon Sodom and Gomorrah, which is Nantucket. For every douchebag that says that this is a unique piece of land, and they're not here because they want to be seen or tell people they were in Nantucket. Which, if it was like St. Bart's and people just admitted they were going there because it was Nantucket and that's it, but something about that place has got everyone falling all over themselves, making excuses. And we reached the zenith of it yesterday when Bert said he was looking for some place to go where they didn't have to fly. And so there you go, Nantucket. So we didn't want to fly, so we wanted to take a 2-hour ferry. That's impossible to get on.
I just say, you drive to Chatham, it's almost legitimately exactly the same amount of time.
Oh,
it's like driving to Falmouth and taking the fast ferry over.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the same time driving to Chatham.
No question. And then, there's people like, well, he lives South Shore. No. No. I know. And it's hard to get on. Like, you fly in an airplane, you go any real city, there's 6 flights a day. Get to Knoxville, it's a little bit different, but at least if you get yourself to Atlanta, you get yourself to Knoxville. Get yourself, the places I go, you get there on an airplane. You missed it. That, according to people that have missed things on this show because of that damn ferry, and like Bird and other guys, that thing's impossible to get on. That's when I lost my patience with Bert, and he knew he was sunk, so he finally admitted it, and then I got off his case immediately, because that's all I want from people is for them to admit well, you don't understand. There's all this public land, and they protect the beach. And... No. Stop it. Go. It's Gloucester, but it's got a bunch of douches on it, and that's why you like it. That's all. Like, people who have houses on St. Bart's, they don't go like it's better than every Caribbean island in terms of its topography. No, they go like, I like the European techno vibe of it. Like, Jimmy Buffett's got a house here, or, some DJ from Ibiza's got a house here. And then that's why they're there. And they admit it. They don't go through the rigmarole of telling you a million excuses of why they're there. I can't stand it. I got going a couple times. I had a long day yesterday. I got going a couple times with other people about it too. And then they would they got their back straight, like trying to make excuses. Well, and then I'm like, no, I don't know anything. And I got them all to break down. Said, you tell me one different thing about that place.
Yeah.
That if you were a settler and you were going to different places around New England on the coast or on different islands, how that island would stand out at all. The answer is none, and that's the only acceptable answer. You are there for man-made S, and it ain't New York City, baby. You're not there for the museums. You're there for a not even cool type of waspy elite, like just a dorky white bread garbage elite. Not like a fun, like real, like a cokey, like handsy one. Not a fun, like heroin-y art one.
The heroin-y art.
Yeah, like, there are.
I want the spending money foolishly type of way and a real downward spiral type of elite.
Yeah, like there are places you go because they're cool. Of course there are. There's a million places that you go because they're cool. Like, I mean, there's New York City. I mean, you could spend a lifetime going around seeing where these artists and musicians and people are. I mean, that's just an example. Like but you don't go to I went to New York City because it's such a lovely island, and Central Park's got the best grass. You go, I went to New York because I like the restaurants and the cool people. Like I enjoy it. I like to see where all the people who've shaped culture have spent their time. There's nothing wrong with that. I go to LA. Why? I like the Comedy Store. I'd like to see the comedians. Whatever you say. But for some reason, it's got to be the land. They're there for the land, which is nonsense. You know what? And then the reason people don't say it is because they know it makes them sound awful. That's why. Because it reveals the worst part of themselves in their own opinion. Their voracious need to be respected for things that they haven't accomplished. That's what they need. And I don't like it because I could do it. And I find it disgusting. There's no reason I couldn't spend 2 weeks a year in Nantucket. I could easily do it. But I find it disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
You've only been there once. I don't think you've given it a chance.
I think
you need to go back.
I don't need to have full-blown AIDS to know I don't want it.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's things I can take the information available and know I don't want to do it.
It's a solid metaphor.
Yeah.
And it applies.
Just what I was thinking.
But slightly less dangerous. I don't know. Would you rather?
Oh, I mean, Lyme disease.
At this stage, would you rather have Lyme disease? I mean, the HIV positive is.
You can live through it. I said full-blown AIDS. So we're taking a step back at HIV positive. All right. Very good. We'll be back in just a moment. So much going on yesterday, as it is the All-Star break. But there was the Home Run Derby, which I saw the end of, and that's about it. There was some NFL news. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but we can review it to the best of our abilities in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Fred, what's it like to work with Hardy and Wally?
What a golden ticket I've gotten.
There you have it. Toucher and Hardy resumes on the Sports Show.
Did you catch a game last night?
Hey, what happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened. So change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Yesterday, it was a late day, so it just so happened my son went with me to the gym, and not to work out, but to use the sauna and the cold plunge, which he marveled. Literally marveled. He was like, I can't believe that you can do this. And I'm like, it's in you.
How long did he last?
He ended up going in, we went in twice. And the first time he ended up going just waist deep. But the second time he submerged himself and he was able to stay in for 5 minutes. And so it was not overly cold yesterday, but I have to give him credit for getting through it. But I never am there at like 9 o'clock at night. First of all, props for letting me use a guest pass past 8:30, which is apparently against the rules.
Oh, is that a no-no?
No.
Yeah, but it was allowed. It was allowed. And nice. With very little conversation. There was no pleading on my part. I was prepared to walk away.
Nice.
But I was unaware of the rule, and then it was just a kind of a handshake, don't do it again. But
yeah, nice.
Like we're okay.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, this is very nice. There wasn't a lot of discussion. It got down. It was mentioned, but not there was no negotiation.
You slip him a $5 afterward and say, here.
I gave him my membership card, and I put it between that and a piece of tapioca, and I handed them a $5 in between, and then they let me right in. I did it. It's how I handle all my business. I sandwich money in between two things in a very
$5 sandwich,
even though no one's around. I need to hide the $5. It's a big sleight of hand trick.
Put it in between my membership card and my Subway punch card, which only needs 2 more punches for a free footlong.
And then they take the card, and I'm like, no. The card stays with me. The money's for you. The greenbacks are for you.
Yeah.
This card is priceless and well earned. And I'll tell you what. First of all, the crowd that is doing the exact same thing of not working out, but just using the sauna and steam room and all that stuff and jacuzzi, is a boisterous one and a big one.
You think they're going there like post drinking sometimes?
All right, so that's an interesting question. So not on a Monday night, but I will say this is that there were 2 very different type of people. There were like guys, I would say, in the early 20s that were jacked, which leads to what's going on here kind of vibe, but I didn't catch it as much as I did last time. It seemed more just people were there to use the stuff. They weren't there to really meet, but there are a lot of conversation between people that don't know each other, which I found odd. It's almost like a boys club type situation, which I found strange. Like a lot of crosstalk in the sauna. And when you're with your kids, like you're hyper aware sometimes of certain conversations.
Yeah.
So there's like conversations on like prostitutes and things like that. But a rare loud crosstalk between 2 strangers about some very taboo subjects, which sort of showed this sense of intimacy I wasn't positive is first conversation type things between 2 guys. But what are you going to do? It seemed to be information that had to get out.
How's Milo in that situation? Is he engaging? Is he sparking conversation?
Well, he was tried to be lulled into or pulled into a conversation because someone recognized me, and so they tried to pull Milo into a conversation, and I could tell he was not overly comfortable being in the conversation.
Dang, listeners!
No, I mean it doesn't happen all the time, so I think he was fine. Yeah, listeners. No, but he. No, he was fine. They didn't pull him into the prostitute conversation, obviously. But another one. But it's in shape guys in like their early 20s, or some of whom wear towels instead of bathing suits because you're not allowed to be naked, obviously, in any of that stuff. Yeah. But like in the water, they wear a towel, which isn't any grosser than wearing a bathing suit, as far as I'm concerned. But it's just that. I don't know why you wouldn't wear like underwear even like into the thing, but whatever. So that or very, 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 very hairy foreign men. That is the other thing. I mean, hair, like now I get why women don't like hairy guys. Like now I understand. Like seeing that, And you know, I'm hairy, but not like that. And I'm hairy. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you that there's not hair on my body. There's plenty, but not in that. I'm splitting hairs, and this probably, no pun intended, and I'm not trying to act like I'm superior to anyone, and I might even be wrong, but my body hair is, especially on the back, is just like kind of straight in there, and it stops growing at a certain point, even if I don't cut it. Like, it doesn't just keep growing and growing and growing like the hair on your head.
Yeah.
Like, there's a time where it stops. Some of these guys, it was like Bootsy Collins on the back.
Yeah,
like,
you could comb it.
Yeah, I mean, or you could fluff it. Like, you could put Jerry curl on it, and like then it would be down to their feet. I mean, I'm talking about a fascinating amount of body hair that you don't see. You don't see. Like Travis Kelce, if you look at his back, we have similar hairy backs. And that was one. He got me on his side for once because he's like, yeah, I got a hairy back. He's like, I'm not shaving it. So I was like, that's brave. If more celebrities dared to do this, maybe we could get to a place of understanding in this world. But no, these guys were real gross. Real gross. Like, if I was a woman or gay, there's no way. There's no way. I'd rather have a big fat guy than a guy that hairy. Like, a disturbing amount of body hair. It made me feel a little bit better about myself because there's guys with hairy backs, but it is like, oh, yeah, I could see why someone would want you to shave that, myself included. Like, I understand it's gross, but there's that, I would even say it's beyond bare. It's more like appliance store in Manhattan. Kind of like that old Tom Hanks skit. That like old Tom Hanks skit where they're like there's no inside. No, Sony guts. Like that thing. It's like that. It's a very hirsute situation.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom, who did such a wonderful rendition of that song for us.
Maybe we should save the home run derby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For the next segment, because there was one more thing that I had kind of forgotten about in my sleep-deprived state that did happen last night. And that was my daughter coming into our bedroom at 12:55 p.m. Mm-hmm. Marcy and I sound asleep. A.m., excuse me. 12:55 a.m., right? There's an old woman at the front door. I said, what? There's an old woman knocking at the front door. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Okay. You know what? I immediately think this is, as I shake the cobwebs out and quickly get dressed. And she's like, I'm sorry. My daughter's apologizing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm scared. I don't know. I'm thinking it's like an elderly wandered off situation.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So I, get dressed quick. I go downstairs. And as I'm walking down the stairs, I can see through the windows of the front door. This is not an old woman. It is my daughter's idea of an old woman, but she's probably late 50s.
Okay.
So John's
I'm
younger.
processing this as we go here, yes.
Yeah, okay. And I go down there, and I can see she is distressed in some way, but not opening the door. Number one, the alarm is still set. Now, there's
sure.
I'm awake enough now to realize, kind of what's happening. And the woman said, "I'm sorry it's so late, but your light was on. Have you seen a lighter anywhere around here?" I said, "What?" And I'm talking to her through the closed front door. I can barely hear her, but I ain't opening that door. She said, "No, I'm looking for my lighter. Did you find a lighter?" I said, "You have to go now."
Jesus.
The light was on, and I thought I would take a chance if I was like, "Now." She turned around and walked away, and it was bizarre, number one. Number two, been to my house, you know,
You're a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, you can't even like see if our light is on when you're walking past on the street that my street is on. But
how many people take a left and you know what? I'll check out this cul-de-sac.
Right. So
I'm going to take a left and check out these 4 houses.
That's number one. But then number two, as I go back upstairs, I'm ready to calm, my wife and daughter down. My son, who did not wake up, and the dog, who I can hear doing that pissed growl, like
Yeah.
It's not a snore. It's like she's ready to go because she knows there's something not right. And I go back upstairs to reassure them. For a moment, I just said, oh, this is how a lot of, I would say, since 2000, horror movies start. It starts with a somewhat crazy person coming to your house in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I start to, so how long do you think it took me to get back to sleep after that? Envisioning all the scenarios, had she looked a little more distressed or helpless, and I undid the alarm and opened the door?
I would say never. I would say you did not get back to sleep.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
It was
Now,
3.
if it were me, I would not have gotten back to sleep.
Yeah.
So, you got a quick 90-minute nap, rolled on in. I had kind of forgotten about it until, like, oh, what else happened last night? Oh, here's something that happened last night. The poor woman lost her lighter.
Yeah, that is, of all the things. Now, it was like a lighter from like World War II that her like father had given her, like some Zippo that,
that she lost in a cul-de-sac.
Well, that's the thing, is that like that's obviously an insane person.
Here's what's odd. And there was, I think, some kind of drug situation. So even if I had a lighter that I could have given the woman, I don't think it's the right kind of lighter. I think they need to be special lighters when you're lighting those things.
Well, there's not much of a worse thing they could ask you if you've seen than a lighter. Like that's like kind of the worst, least valuable thing that I could possibly think of. Like, have you seen a lighter? I'm not going to engage in this. This, like, if she wasn't crazy, there would be a far more like viable reason to be there than your light was on. I wanted to know if you've seen my lighter.
But she wasn't like all disheveled and homeless looking. She was wearing a T-shirt and it was like tucked into jean shorts. I'm like,
oh, well, jean shorts.
Yeah, the president. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so a little crazy, but you tucked in.
Were they like
which is more than
Dukes?
you'll do on the golf course.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the woman had the wherewithal to tuck in her and checkered slip-on Vans.
And would she? Okay, what did the T-shirt say? Like Kansas or like ELO on it?
I'm kind of kicking myself for not knowing it. What it said, I don't know.
Well,
Black T-shirt tucked into jean shorts, checkered slip-on Vans.
There's nothing worse than when someone's at your door at night that you don't know. Like it throws everything off.
Yeah.
Like you just think that like nah.
Right.
Like what? Like it's like the worst.
And what a difference, 6 hours makes. If it had happened in the morning, I'd open the door and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Do you need help? Get out of here. But at that time of night, when you wake me out of a sound sleep, it's, full like, oh no, go.
Well,
get the hell out of here.
Well, that's an indiscretion on their part. Like going up to someone's door during the day isn't like an act of malice. Like that's just, you're allowed to go up to someone's door during the day. It's annoying, but it's not, it's not like a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, in the middle of the night, I mean, that's a distress. You're putting someone in a distressing situation by having them get out of bed and deal with a stranger.
Well, she saw the light on, Fred.
Because the only reason you'd come to a door is if something terrible happened.
Right.
Like, hey, I didn't know what to do. Like, the person in my car stopped breathing. Can I use your phone? Or like, or they're like in some state of like, I don't know where I am. Like, and then you're like, and then you don't open the door, but you like call the police or something like that to help them out. That would be, but yeah. Yeah, that sucks. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to wake up.
Right, and just set you up for, okay, well, it's going to be a really long day now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, lady.
Your daughter's going to be living on her own in 2 months. She's going to have to figure out how to rid herself of these vagabonds. I mean,
as they wander onto campus.
As they wander onto campus.
Yeah.
A guy on the side of the road, regular traffic, leaning over with his phone, taking pictures of cars and flicking them off. Guy probably about 70 years old. My son's like, why is he flicking you off? And I'm like, oh, that's just crazy. I'm like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't doing anything. I was just in traffic. He's leaning over and flicking me off and waving his finger and taking pictures of the car. I'm like, okay. This is one way to retire. The other way is to go bug, no take specs. All right. We will be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Major League Baseball's All-Star break is underway in Atlanta. Home run derby last night. Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh is your winner. He beat Tampa Bay's Junior Caminero in the final 18-15. All-Star game is tonight. The American League looking to win for the 11th time in 12 years. Getting back to Raleigh, he told the media before the game he's going to play for the U.S. team in next year's World Baseball Classic. Celtics fell to 2-1 in Summer League play. They lost to Miami last night 100-96. They'll play the Lakers Thursday night. ESPN is reporting the Golden State Warriors expected Al Horford to sign with them last week, and he didn't. And the New York Jets have signed wideout Garrett Wilson to a 4-year, $130 million contract extension. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the court, course, or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7 o'clock.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
knock on wood. But I never had it yet.
Oh, you said you didn't want to hear more music in the morning. Okay. Here's more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. I follow on Instagram. I follow Sports Illustrated, and this is maybe a combination of two. This might be everything that's wrong with social media in one post. It has to do with the home run derby. Sports Illustrated Instagram's Vinny Pasquantino.
Pasquantino, yes.
Who's that?
Kansas City, first baseman.
Says Vinny Pasquantino is comedy, which is annoying, with crying emojis.
It's such a dumb thing.
So I don't know why you just say this is funny or why it has to be written in. And cutesy is just the worst. But anyway, as I complain. And so this is a first baseman from Kansas City?
Yes.
Vinny Pasquantino tweet. This is a reprint of a tweet. Mm-hmm. So, he is comedy. So this is what's so funny. And it can't be just this is funny. You be the judge if this is funny.
Okay.
Oh, I'm Cal Raleigh. I hit a lot of home runs. I hit from both sides of the plate. I played the most valuable position. I have one of the coolest nicknames in sports. Screw you, man.
That is comedy.
How is that even like a funny? How is that even like a turn? It's not even a turn of phrase.
I don't know.
I don't know. He is comedy. Vinny Pasquantino is comedy. That's how. Explain to me. Break down how any of this is even mildly amusing. Like, what did he say that's funny? Hi, I'm Cal Raleigh. Is it because he's speaking as Cal Raleigh?
Apparently, yes.
Okay, because that's not funny. I hit a lot of home runs. That's not funny. I hit from both sides of the plate. That's not funny. I play the most valuable position. That's not funny. I have one of the coolest nicknames in sports. That's not funny. Screw you, man. That's not funny. You put them all together, it's not even like a missed joke. It doesn't even seem like an attempt at humor.
It's a more cerebral type of humor that you're probably not down with, Fred. I mean, both John and I understand the comedy there. I mean,
I never got Monty Python, so are you telling me this is like a late 60s, early 70s British style comedy?
It made me LOL. Now, if I have to explain why, it ceases to be funny.
Yeah,
So
you can't over-explain the joke.
Yeah,
if you don't get it, you don't get it.
I don't want to ruin it for me, which is why I won't explain it to you.
It's just why, like, I understand it was late at night, but I'm unfollowing Sports Illustrated now. I mean, I can't have this in my day. Vinny Pasquantino is comedy. Crying laughter emoji, crying laughter emoji.
Yeah, I didn't cry, but I LOL'd over that.
So because he's a baseball player talking about another sometimes there's things.
It's Belichickian in its recognizing of the comedy. You know, Bill's really funny. Is he?
Yeah, he wasn't being a complete a-hole for 10 seconds. It's like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
But that is a fascinating thing. Cal Raleigh is a Major League Baseball player. It's not. It's just awful, awful. And then I go to the comments because I'm a glutton for punishment, and there are people that it's very funny. But then if you go to AJ and Big Justice's, here comes the boom page.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's people. They'll go like, "Hey, we're gonna be at like the Kroger on Manhasset Street and Brookdale, Long Island," and people like are crying laughter emoji, and you guys are great, and it's like okay, and then I hate myself for going through the exercise of even looking at any of it, because now my algorithm is always suggesting Big Justice or AJ and Big Justice because I click on them to annoy my son, and then so now I click on all of them because I can't believe that, and I read the comments, so I'm in it now. I'm in it. I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, you're getting fed the stuff, and if you just ignore the stuff, then you don't contribute to the problem. But if you consume it and you click on it and you engage with it,
see, I don't find them as patently offensive as the Sports Illustrated thing, because the Sports Illustrated thing is an Instagram of a tweet, and none of it is funny, and it's a bad tweet that has been Instagrammed by Sports Illustrated with a terrible turn of phrase about an untrue comment. So like is comedy. Like, why? Do you understand why that bothers me? Like the way it's phrased. Paul Pasquantino is comedy. Why can't you just say, hey, look at this Paul Pasquantino tweet? Like, why do you even forget it? I'm no fun. I don't know why you have to point that something's funny if you're putting it up. It exists upon itself. You don't have to go like, hey, everybody, look at this scary thing. The thing is scary. Yeah, I don't know. You don't understand what I'm saying?
You can just repost it.
Like if I wrote a joke and someone said, hey, look at this funny joke, I'd be like, no, that's not the way to introduce the joke.
You just let it.
You just go like, hey, look.
Yeah.
I
understand.
It just drives me crazy.
You,
like that cutesy effing way of being on social media. Really, it grinds my gears, to be honest with you.
Just be happy that the guy didn't post it and said, this.
That's another thing, John. That's an excellent point. That is another thing that's highly annoying. I don't know why you have to say this.
Yeah.
Or this thing's drunk. This game's drunk.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
another
see that
one.
a lot. Yeah.
Like, that's not even funny. Like, it's not a funny thing. It's like, it's not offensive. It's not a funny turn. Like, it's just awful. And you didn't invent it even. You're just taking something that wasn't funny in the first place and reappropriating it for your own use. So Cal Raleigh won the home run derby. All right.
That's what happened last
That's what
night.
happened last
That's
night.
all
All
that
right.
happened, yeah.
That and the great Garrett Wilson is now a New York Jet for his prime, which has got everyone very excited. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
After barely making it out of the first round last night, Major League home run leader Cal Raleigh heated up quickly. He won the All-Star Game home run derby, beating Tampa Bay's Junior Caminero in the final. Pittsburgh's O'Neal Cruz lost to Raleigh in the semifinals, but had the longest homer of the night at 513 feet. The All-Star Game is tonight in Atlanta. Tarek Skubal starts for the American League against Paul Skeens in the National League. Getting back to Raleigh, he announced he will play for Team USA in next year's World Baseball Classic. Celtics fell to 2-1 in Summer League play. They came up short in Miami last night, 100-96. Baylor's Shireman, 19 points for the Green in a loss. They play the Lakers on Thursday night. The New York Jets have signed wideout Garrett Wilson to a 4-year, $130 million contract extension with $90 million of that guaranteed. And in WNBA news, it'll be the Connecticut Sun against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever at TD Garden tonight. We'll have the game at 8 o'clock right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub with Brendan Glasheen and Tarika Foster-Brasby. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, 24-hour on-call service for your clog drain emergencies. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Half toucher,
Dressed like a gorilla.
half Hardy,
A big, beautiful ball of flame.
and a whole lot of Boston sports.
And I have had many offers to become an insider.
Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. There is an Instagram account that, since I complain about Instagram, but here I am on it. It's the only social media I'm still on, which is so brave of me. That and Truth Social. I'm on Truth Social a lot. I gotta talk to my peeps. The Catatonic Youth put this out. Catatonic Youth, just without comment, which is kind of interesting. They put up videos that are sort of cringy, music generally, and it's nice. It's done in a way where they present the material, and you're led to interpret it all your own. And there is a country group called Low Cash. Low Cash. Mm-hmm. It's fun. LOCASH. Low Cash. And they're a duo. And had this been 1984, this would be like a kind of I would say like a tough TUFF kind of group. Like it would be like a third tier hair metal band, but since country music is the way that if you want to be a musician but you're not overly talented to get into the game now, as a suburban white man, this is the way to get into the game, and this is what they've chosen to do. So here's Low Cash. They're on Good Morning America. So this isn't two random guys on the internet. This is Good Morning America. This is the American Broadcasting Company.
Now, is this the actual performance that we're going to hear, or is this a recording of the song they performed on Good Morning America?
This is, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan, this is Good Morning America, correct?
Yeah, this isn't it's not a live performance. It's just them talking about touring.
Okay, this is but on Good Morning America, correct?
On Good Morning America,
okay,
yep.
This is them talking about Good Morning America.
Please welcome the country chart-topping singing songwriting duo from Nashville, Low Cash.
Low Cash!
Y'all had like a crazy busy 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do for 2025?
I'll tell you what, we jump back into the studio. We've got the album almost ready to release this spring. It's been a crazy 2025 already.
Yeah, we would have our boy Kane Brown just in 24, and we're going back actually starting today. So here we go.
2 nights ago we were with the Beach Boys again, so it's just going crazy.
2 nights ago in 2025 they were with the Beach Boys. The Stamos, you rock the bongos.
Oh man,
Casual.
Oh man! Oh man! Imagine
what a gig!
That. with that dickhead Mike Love.
Casual. That little slight flex right there. Just casual. I also see that you're going to be performing at the Grand Ole Opry. What is it going to be like performing at that legendary stage? I hear it's your hometown.
Yes, it'll be 2 times this week. We'll be performing at the Opry, and one for Valentine's Day, obviously. We'll have
obviously. It's low cash. I mean, I want to get laid. I mean, I want to give my lady something that shows that I respect her. Low cash at the Op.
We'll have our significant others, obviously, with our wives will be with us. But, no, this will probably be, I think, our 50th time on the Opry. And
wow.
It's so nostalgic and amazing to be on that. And you get goosebumps all the time.
I bet. Let's talk about your brand new song, Isn't She Country, which is a play off of Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? You guys have been fans of Stevie.
A play off of it is one way to put it. A generic ripoff of the song where they will make no money.
A completely note-for-note ripoff is another way of saying it.
I mean, it's a note-for-note ripoff. And we'll hear it in a moment, but this is them discussing Isn't She Country as they are on the American Broadcasting Company, conceivably being flown out via the airwaves around the world.
And you get goosebumps all the time.
I bet. Let's talk about your brand new song, Isn't She Country, which is a play off of Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? You guys have been fans of Stevie.
Man, we're big fans of Stevie. And we took Isn't She Lovely and put the little low-cash country twist to it. And Stevie approved it. And here we are on Good Morning America, about to play it today. We just released it today. So everybody go get it. Check it out.
So Stevie Wonder, they flew him in and they got him in the studio and he poured over the track mentally and he then said, "You have my blessing to do this." I'm sure that's exactly how it went down.
Yeah, it probably went to Stevie's people and they said, "Here's the number. All of your money. All the money that you get from this, it becomes ours."
If you want to know how this all works, just listen to Sting. I think he was on The Breakfast Club. Sting, the radio show The Breakfast Club. They asked him about when Diddy did "I'll Be Missing You."
Every breath you take.
Then he took Every Breath You Take, and the deal was just in perpetuity everything. Like, you can have it, but like just forever. I will get every dime of royalties forever on this song. I think that was the deal. Plus an upfront bonus. Like, Sting is like, it's kind of funny how he describes it. He says, like, yeah, you can have it. I just get everything. Plus more. I think he did get like a couple $1 million and then plus the royalties.
This is going to cost you money. Not only will you not make money off of this, but it's going to cost you millions.
like I'm going to charge you and then get everything for it. So you're going to give me money to open the store, and you'll never make a dime from the store. Like, I'm just going to let you operate it, is basically and that's what happens in these situations. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic about Stevie Wonder approving it. Obviously went to the publishing company, and they kicked it around and said, sure. Stevie Wonder's probably in his late 70s, I'd imagine now, and he probably doesn't really care. But what do you do? How do you get on Good Morning America? How do you write in quotations a song? How do you take a classic song like Isn't She Lovely, which is played at every dentist office, and make it your own? Why was this necessary? Better question, how do you low-cash countrify a soft rock hit or a light AC hit, I should say? Here we go. They've taken that style of like trap rap, and they have southern accents, so it's okay. Which is what country does now, is they just take whatever is in vogue and they make it appropriate so hick people can listen to it and still be racist.
So I honestly didn't believe that this was a real thing in life. I thought this was somebody who plugged into AI, make me a country version of Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? Because AI would spit out in the first 2 lines something about a pickup, she's like my Chevy, and beer in the Yeti. So those are the first 2 lines. She's like my Chevy, beer in the Yeti. So far this is what the ChatGPT would come up with.
And that's why I had Ryan pull it from Good Morning America, because I'm glad you raised those concerns, because I didn't want people to think this was just fishing the internet for crap. This is a band that is a bunch of people in a high-rise building somewhere decided to throw money at them. I mean, a lot of legal process went through to get these guys signed. These guys are playing the Grand Ole Opry for the 50th time. Again, this would have been a 4th-tier hair metal band like 40 years ago. They're as country as I am. But it is the way this goes is they take not Stevie Wonder in this case, but like a style of rap, and they incorporate it so rural white people who really do like the rap but wouldn't be seen, like they wouldn't survive if they, outwardly supported the rap. So they go and they get the Low Country album and they can get what they want while still not supporting. You listen to it and you're like, this is great.
Yeah, awesome, dude.
All right, so let me tell you how the people in Nashville are looking at you. So these songs, even when they're originals, are written by a team of writers. You can watch Jelly Roll do it. He's been very open about the process. You can. There are people on staff of record labels or publishing companies, I should say. Hardy, you know this. I know a couple of them. And you clock into work at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're paid. Like, it's not based on song. You get royalties and stuff.
Go to a cubicle.
No, I'm not. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You show up at a publishing place and they'll bring an artist in and you sit there and you sit in a room until you hash out a song. And that's writing an original one. So what they do is, this is what they did. They said, we're going to get you Isn't She Lovely? Okay, here's what we're going to make these idiots, how we're going to hook these morons. And they're calling you a moron if you like this. We're going to put a slide guitar in it, so that's the first thing, because that will do it. You're going to rap like in this way, and here are the bases we're going to hit. This is so brain damaged girls will like think it's about them. And like they'll dance to it at hick weddings, and it's a math process for them.
Yeah,
like they're like you said. Okay, beer in the Yeti, pickup
truck, beer, cowboy boots.
So you think I'm kidding, but I would not be surprised, and I'm really not being sarcastic or necessarily cynical, that there's a dry erase board in there where they've brainstormed things to put in the song. And like in a clinical, like algorithmic way, they've put these things on a dry erase board and they're just crossing them off as they go.
Yeah, well, we didn't get Mama in there, but we did say proud of her roots, close enough. Okay, so we got the Mama thing, we got the family thing, we got the truck, we got the beer, we got the family. What else do we need? Blue jeans. Isn't she blue jean, barefoot just dancing around? Good. All right, dancing, blue jeans, truck, beer, family, done.
So what it is, it's like an ad
Enter.
agency when Pepsi comes in, and Pepsi's like, I want to get like real stupid idiots to buy my soda. And so an ad agency goes and they look at marketing research and they come up with a slogan and a pitch in a commercial. But this is what you're paying for. See, Pepsi's trying to get you to buy their product. This is the product. The ad is the product. So if you don't think you're dumb, they do. I mean, they know how to hook you idiots. It's by, and I don't know quite how you don't, just enjoy it. No, I'm not going to enjoy something created with me being a total moron in mind. Like a cutthroat business-like way to get in my head. They're poking you and calling you an idiot to your face, and you're paying for the privilege. I mean, this is no one understands that this is what they're doing. Would Zolak understand if it was described to him in this way?
Okay, I like it.
But no, you have to care about something. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything.
Wow.
I mean, you got to put a line in the sand.
John Mellencamp said you got to stand for something or you fall for anything.
And so did Public Enemy. So, let's all have a little self-respect here. Let's not consume low cash. Let them pay for the songwriting and the royalties, and let them lose the money. Let's not. Why don't you not support this? And then maybe we can live in a society that is a little bit more on the way that it should be. This is the studio version, but when they're performing it, I mean, they are behaving exactly how you would think they would. They might as well be animatronic. They might as well be a Showcase Pizza from 1985. I mean, they might as well have plugged in two like losers and said, "Here you go." eyeliner and ripped jeans. I mean, they're a glam metal band, but they're they're wearing ripped jeans.
How appropriate too that they're going to take an artist like Stevie Wonder, and when they're going to use one of his songs, it's going to be one of his 3 worst.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible song. I didn't want to get in the muck and mire of how bad a song "Isn't She Lovely" is.
I mean, it was they probably had it where either going to use this one, I Just Called to Say I Love You, or Don't Drive Drunk. Which one should we use? Well, Don't Drive Drunk kind of goes, in opposite direction of what we're marketing to. Yeah. So let's go with Isn't She Lovely? Let's see, how can we... Country. There it is. It's done.
Isn't she...
I'm a hillbilly. I'm trucking. So that's a song to go stumping with, where you put the chain on the back of your pickup and try to pull stumps out of the ground. Stumping. This is the kind of music that people on my parents' lake play. And they think it's talking about them. But it's New York songwriters that have moved, which doesn't mean black.
No. Number 1, One Big Country Song. Track 4, Summer in a Truck. Track 5, God Thing. Track 7, Feels Like a Party. Track 9, Cold Beer Kinda Night. Track 10, Kissing a Girl. Track 11, Beers to Catch Up On.
Yeah.
Look, we're not going to veil this in any type of poetry or secrecy. We're putting it out there, and you're gonna take it.
Beers, truck, and vag.
That's right.
That's what it's about. But we don't bring up the meth part of it. Wouldn't that be great if like Low Cash came out with a song like My Meth Angel and like taking apart the TV? But that would be too subtle. She's got no teeth in her mouth. She's got them gummies. I woke up her freaking out, tweaking out.
She's picking her scabs, even though they ain't there. She's losing her hair, and I still love her.
Up for 72 hours, not big for the showers. She smells like an outhouse.
Hey, Preston, you like Stevie Wonder? Yeah, what song do you like best? Yeah, man, I don't like that Superstition or anything.
She's got that blonde hair. Don't change her underwear. She smells like feces. Parents are cousins. Dudes by the dozens. She is so slutty.
She pulled an all-nighter. She can't find her lighter. She's gonna go look at Hardy's house.
Oh, boy. Well, there you go. Low Cash. That was thank you to Catatonic Use Instagram page. I appreciate that. They gave us the great Low Cash, which is truly terrible. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sport.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. Cal Raleigh yesterday in the home run derby won. It wasn't overly exciting. He was up against a kid I'd never heard of in my entire life.
Junior Cabanero. He's the guy who replaced Alex Bregman on the AL roster.
Okay, great. Because he's apparently, is he a shortstop?
Third base.
Okay, he's a third baseman. He's a third baseman for Tampa Bay. Did you see the highlight they played of him in like the Dominican League?
No.
So like last year in some like Dominican League championship, he hit a home run to win a game.
Mm-hmm.
And his bat flip is he just chucks the bat in the air as far as it will go. He stops midway between home and first and just starts jumping up and down, and his team all comes onto the field, and he's high-fiving. He's not moving. He's stopped, and he's high-fiving him like, I mean, you want to talk about showing up a pitcher. Like, I can't believe there wasn't a fight, but I guess that's the way it goes there. But anyway.
What was his next at-bat? Did the guy throw at his head?
No, it was to win the game.
Oh,
so I think it was to win the championship.
All
but, no, the other team just, I guess, walked off the field. But a real celebration for, a minute in between home and first. I mean, that's, say what you will. If I was the pitcher and you're showing me up like that, I mean, you got to eat that you gave up the home run. But I would be, I wouldn't like that very much. At least cross home and then you can celebrate. But nonetheless, the reason it was somewhat interesting to me is Cal Raleigh. First of all, the star power between the two of them in the finale of the All-Star game was probably baseball's dream. Cal Raleigh, I know, is having a historic season, but it is certainly not a household name. And then he was up against a kid I've never heard of in my entire life. And if I haven't heard of him, at least 75% of people, I would say, haven't heard of him. So, I mean, how much Tampa Bay Rays baseball have you watched? I know they just played the Red Sox, but certainly, and there's also consuming baseball without, writing down all the names. Yeah. So, the Red Sox can play Tampa Bay, and I couldn't necessarily give you the Tampa Bay lineup, even if I'm at the game. I'm not going to recall all of that.
Right.
So it was two real losers. But anyway, the thing that was interesting about it is Cal Raleigh's brother was catching, and they were actually talking. That was kind of nice. His 15-year-old brother was catching, and they were, talking during it. They were like a real team, which I did think was interesting and kind of cool. And his father was throwing batting practice. Now, they make this statement a lot, this has got to be like a dad's dream. And I think of it more as a nightmare.
No, we've talked about this. I'm with you on that. I mean, if anyone has thrown batting practice to little leaguers that you are coaching, all it takes, for me anyway, was one mistake. I hit one kid with a pitch, and then I was ruined for the rest of the day. Pretty much the rest of the season.
Well, also the pressure of that the camera's on you, and not only do you have to throw strikes, but your strike zone is the size of a ball. You have to you're not just throwing strikes. You have to throw it at the exact place you want it. It's serving a ball up.
Yes.
Which the aim, it's throwing darts essentially. I mean, you're not throwing with any velocity. You're not throwing with any movement.
It's there might be 5 spots where you can throw it where you think he's not going to be able to get good wood on this, but there's one spot down and in where he wants it every single time, and you got to hit that spot every single time.
But it's worse because Raleigh hit balls left-handed and right-handed last night. He's a switch hitter. So you have to put it in 2 different spots.
I would actually think that would make it better. Instead of trying to throw the exact same pitch 100 times, you can actually throw 2 different pitches, at least at 2 different sides of the plate. That might actually make it a little better.
Yeah, and the rules are annoying, and you're allowed to call 17 timeouts and everything, so it goes on forever. I was half paying attention. I saw the final round. It was a bad day. It was a fine. I was just a lot was going on yesterday, and it was just the end of the day, and it was whatever. But I'm telling you, I can't think of something. And you're up on a platform in
throwing pitches, Yeah.
And at least the kid from Tampa Bay, the guy was throwing. He was throwing, and not to a great success, but Cal Raleigh's dad was throwing darts in that the motion was like a flick. Yeah. It wasn't a throw. He was flicking it.
Right.
And I can't imagine you're 60 feet from home.
No, you're not. You're closer.
Yeah, you're closer. So, to get the ball to the plate, you don't have to throw it. So he had this, overhand flick, and so many things could go wrong. Because again, if you're just throwing a pitch, you have a pretty wide berth, and you're just, and like Hardy said, it sounds obvious, but you're trying to get them to miss. So you're almost better served not over the plate. I mean, you're nitpicking. You're trying to make them think it's a strike by not throwing a strike, which is very difficult to do. But there is a little bit of more room for error in terms of location. Now, not by a lot, but there is some. Look, I couldn't strike out a major leaguer, and I couldn't throw this batting practice either, but I'd be more comfortable throwing an actual pitch to a major leaguer than I would be having to, like, flick a dart, like, up and in, but not too far in and not too far out, and just
I don't know how you
and like just flicking it, because it could go sideways so easily. You know, like you throw one bad one and they get frustrated and you can't blame the hitter. Like, you're like, dude, just put it where I want it.
And you saw the difference, because I watched a lot of it too. When guys would get the pitch they liked in the first, or it was really the first, but I would say first or second pitch, then they got into the groove. If they had to look off 2 out of the first 3, you could just chalk that round up to being over. It's like, oh, they're going to get 5, and they're not going to get any this time, because
you saw that.
You don't get into any kind of a groove.
Yeah, you saw that with Jazz Chisholm. I think he had 3 homers in his round and finished last because, like you were saying, Hardy, he never got into a groove. He fouled about 5 pitches off.
Yeah, it didn't.
And it was over.
If you don't like 2 out of the first 3, then you're probably not going to do it.
So I apologize for not understanding the concept really, but like so you had your way to hit home runs, and then they had a bonus thing.
If you hit a ball a certain amount, a certain distance, you got an extra bonus round where you
got like 4 pitches,
well,
right?
No, you weren't timed.
Okay,
That's
yeah, but you get 4. Yeah, you get 4 swings basically, unless you hit a home run and then you get another swing. So you can miss the ball. You cannot hit a home run 4 times. Say, let's just say that's the rule.
That's the rule. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if it is or not, but it's not timed, as John said. So there's no incentive to swing, and that would be truly the worst, because the kid from Tampa Bay needed 3 home runs, and the guy's throwing strikes. Like, he's throwing right down the middle, and the guy's taking every pitch.
They look so good.
Because he wants it, like he's looking for it in this one place.
Yeah, I wanted it an inch closer to me.
And as you pointed out, Hardy, even when the guy hit that place after he'd missed it 4 times, the kid from Tampa Bay swinging out of his shoes, and he's, hitting low line drives, or he's like under the ball and he's like popping it up, because it's not their normal swing, and you have to barrel the ball, and you're looking for it in this one play.
And then
it drives me crazy.
And then you want to talk about insult to injury. Caminero, the kid from the Rays, he did hit a home run, but then he got cheated. Oh, sorry, Ryan. Yeah, here we go.
And a soaring drive into the bleachers. That's 5, a low liner. And the kid caught it. It was going over the wall, and he caught it. The short fence and left robs Caminero of a homer in the Derby.
This poor kid who had it.
Poor announcer.
No, but I mean,
feigning excitement. I saw it. I did see it. I saw that. Yeah.
For those people who didn't, I mean, this one kid who's shagging fly balls has his one chance, and he reached over the wall, jumped up over the wall, and caught it.
Oh, my son brought this up. We can.
They
revisit.
ended up giving him the home run.
We can revisit this because my son did bring it up. Okay, so they have kids still shagging fly balls in this. And one year a kid got hit by Vlad Guerrero, and I made the point on air that I would let my kid shag fly balls at that for the experience, with the downside being if you don't get the ball, you're going to get hit with the ball, which was met with such fierce resistance by listeners and people in the building alike that I almost started questioning myself, like, did I just condone child abuse? And to this day, absolutely, what the hell are you talking about? Of course you'd let your kid out there.
Yes.
Like, there's an inherent danger with most things. I mean, yeah, there is a chance that they would get hit in the head. And then I think even the argument got made, like, if you knew they were going to get hit in the head, would you still let them do it? And I'm still not positive I wouldn't let them do it.
Can they wear a batting helmet?
Like, just like, you're going to get hit with a ball. Like, all right. Like,
you'll live.
Like, yeah, you 99.999999999, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But you're going to be okay.
Yes.
It's not, I mean, guys, forget it. The whole thing, it drives me crazy. But my son actually brought it up last night. He was like, remember that thing? He's like, that you shouldn't be out there shagging fly balls. And I'm like, yeah, I remember it. It's insane. Could kill you. Oh, could it? Could it kill you? My God. Anyway, so the kids are out there, and the kid, he robbed them of a home run, which is kind of cool. And what are you going to do?
No.
If you're, big deal. So the kid robbed you of a home run. That's a good moment. It's almost better for him that the kid did. He wasn't going to win anyway.
Truth be told, that was one of the few good moments of the whole event.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a baseball fan. I had to turn it. I wanted to see what Cal Raleigh would do, and I turned it off after that. The one highlight, the one guy that you would want to watch was O'Neill Cruz from Pittsburgh.
Yes, I saw.
He hit a ball out of the ballpark. He hit it 513 feet to right center field over the bleachers in right center. That kid was fun to watch.
Yeah, he's like a 6'7" shortstop.
Oh, yeah,
they moved him to
right center field. That one is hammered way up and cleared the bleachers in right center out toward the American flag for O'Neill Cruz.
Yeah,
513.
He strikes out an awful lot, but nonetheless, he loves to strike out. But he's got the ability to hit the ball very far away.
The tiebreaker to get into the final, though, was the distance on one of the balls.
That was after the first round. Raleigh by like 0.1 foot made it out of the first round.
Yeah, and the guy who he was up against, who I've never heard of, was online bitching about it immediately after. Like before the home run derby was over, he was online. Yeah. Oh no, he said something to the Fox News lady or Fox Sports lady that or whoever the hell was out there. Some reporter he told that it was BS, and it was out before even the home run derby was over.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a system in place. Carl Ravitch was quick to point out. Well, because he 0.1 foot, his longest home run was.
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers, but it was literally, they said one ball traveled 470.83 feet, and the other one traveled 470.59 feet. So it was like, what?
Yeah.
They can't figure it out. Yeah. So, but the thing is that you have to at least feign indifference. Like, I understand the competitive juices get flowing and you want to win. And, this is your opportunity to get your name maybe out there where it hasn't been before. But there has to be at least an illusion of indifference. Like, when this thing first started and, like, big stars were doing it, they acted, ultimately, they'd smile and, like, act like they didn't really care. And then Pete Alonso kind of hard on the whole thing. I do believe that in life, if you want to be considered at all cool, there has to be implied sense of indifference to most tasks while you're actually trying. So, but you at least, like with something like this, an implied sense of you could take it or leave it. This is this is kind of a gimmick, and I don't care. And I get it. You probably do want to win, and you are competitive by nature, but at least pretend. Like when the lady comes up to you and they go, like, hey, what happened? Just go, I don't know. This thing's like it's the home run derby. Who cares? Like, that's what I would do. Even though it was secretly eating me up inside, I would feign indifference. You can't let people you wanted to win the home run derby. Come on, when you didn't win, that's rule number one. You gotta just act like you didn't care.
I think it's stupid. I don't care. Did I win or not? I wasn't even watching.
When someone breaks up with you, like you gotta, at least when you see them 2 weeks later, you gotta pretend that nothing's wrong. Right. I mean, you can't let them know you've been trapped in the house, beating your head against the wall for 2 weeks. I mean, you gotta come out and act like you got a pep in your step, that you shined your shoes and you're ready to go out. So there you go, Cal Raleigh. I'm not positive we'll ever hear of him again. But he's having this season's historic for him.
Yeah.
We'll see how the second half goes. Hopefully he didn't mess up his swing. That's a big thing, obviously, that goes on. That remains to be seen. Okay, we'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
As we were just talking about, Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh won the home run derby last night, beating Junior Cabanero of Tampa Bay in the final 18-15. Raleigh also announced before the event he'll play for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic next year. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is tonight. Tarek Skubal in the American League opposed Paul Skeens And the National League. At Summer League play, Celtics lost last night to Miami in Las Vegas 100-96. They wrap up pool play against the Lakers on Thursday night. And ESPN is reporting that Golden State expected Al Horford to sign with them last week, and he did not. The Lakers, Milwaukee, and Atlanta are also apparently interested. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Sports Etc. Don't miss the Sports Etc. annual hockey sale now through Sunday, July 20th only. Take 25% off select Bauer and CCM skates, plus other huge store-wide savings. Sports Etc. 1303 Mass Ave in Arlington. Online at sportsetcetera.net. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8 o'clock.
You're listening to
know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
What goes on to get the 98.5 The Golf Club show on the air between Ryan, who works for this show and is in Adam's absence, quote unquote, producing. He's booking guests and he's running the show today. But Ryan also produced 98.5 The Golf Club, and you could hear the
Sports Hub Golf Club.
The Sports Hub Golf Club. I'm sorry, it's just I'm used to that. Don't create a lingo, ad like that. Jingle. Don't create a jingle if you don't want people to remember the jingle.
I didn't create the jingle. That was Feldman.
Okay, well, Feldman did a miraculous
You
job.
remember that lunatic?
Oh, yeah. Feldman comes into my life about every 4 years.
Yeah.
Feldman will come around.
Pops up occasionally. That's true.
Yeah, Feldman will come in about every 4 years. I'll have a nice conversation with Feldman. He's a good guy. But
this is a big week for you, right? You got when's the Open Championship? Isn't it this week?
Yes, John. You know when it is.
It starts Thursday.
The Open Championship is the British Open.
Yeah, it's in Portrush.
Royal Port Rush.
Now, how much of the Sports Hub Golf Club is going to be dedicated to the British Open?
100%.
Okay. Are you going live to keep people up to date? Because it will be
seem to
going
be.
on while you're on. I would imagine it's going on while you're on the air.
Sunday morning, the final round will be underway.
Yes and no. I mean, leaders won't be on the course, so it's not going to require a live accounts and descriptions being given of a telecast.
Well, the fourth day, anything can happen, especially in the breezy UK.
Yes. Now, Northern Ireland, still part of the UK.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and what you're going to get is a nice encapsulation of the first round, the second round, the third round, and then we'll just have some overall discussion about what's what could happen in that final round, which will be presumably the guys who have no chance of winning it will be on the course when the show is on the air on Sunday.
What luminaries will be joining you this week?
Oh, I think I'm doing it solo.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is
Ryan. What's the deal?
Dan Roach was on the show 2 weeks ago.
Oh, of course I knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, how would I not? Now, Ryan, you were not tasked with finding some greenskeeper or some kind of guy that works in
Hardy books all his own guests,
cleaning the carts or something of that nature?
Yeah. Well, I could go down the street. Maybe we could see.
I might.
Are you here when the golf club airs, Ryan?
I used to drive in when it was live. I used to drive an hour to get here.
Yeah, when it was live,
to spend an hour here, and then I would drive back home an hour.
Did you ever think of quitting?
No, I liked it because it was the first show I ever learned how to produce, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was they let you work on that because they knew you were going to make a lot of mistakes, and they didn't care. Yeah, I understand. That's what they were doing. I understand, Ryan.
2 hours of driving and 1 hour of sitting here in the studio.
Well, got him a full-time job.
I might pull Forsberg aside because Forsberg and I are finally going to go play along with Wallach.
You're the Tangway of radio.
Tomorrow, and I might pull Forsberg aside and get a little segment in the can, the British Open related.
This should be fun.
Yeah, he's the Tangway of radio.
You know what? Just based on your attitude, I'm not even going to ask you to participate.
Are you doing that on the phone?
You could have been on the Sports Hub Golf Club
come
too this
on.
weekend, John, but not now.
So you tape it on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll just use the mic option on your phone and get you in Forsberg for 15 minutes, just shooting it back and forth.
Yeah, that's how I get all my interviews. There's an app that I use. I think Nick uses it too. It's awesome, and you do all the bells and whistles.
It's called Fisher Price.
No, it's called
Mr. Microphone.
It's called Twisted Wave. It's a very good app. I've
Twisted.
been using it for years.
Ooh.
And EQ, dynamic processing, editing, all there on the phone.
Wow. All right. Now, I mean, if we had a dime for all the dirt that was spilled about the goings on at the different seed companies, I mean, we'd really have a party on our hands.
This interview with Forsberg, is this going to be while you were walking up the fairway, or is it at the turn? When are you going to do this?
Well, you'll be in a car by yourself.
Yeah,
so,
I know. Well, I've already resigned myself to that.
Because I can't play because I'm flying to beautiful Orlando, Florida in July.
Feels like it's going to be
my son not playing.
Like a post-round situation. Forsberg and I will retire to the patio. You probably have to go home. You probably have to leave.
No, are you playing at your club?
Yeah.
I was looking forward to playing with the two of you. Now I kind of feel like an outsider. This isn't fun.
I don't know if we're going to have enough carts. You might have to walk.
I have a cart. I have a push cart.
You can't bring your own push cart.
Why not?
You can't.
If you're going to force me to walk, why can't I have a cart?
Is it a robotic one that runs with a
No.
with your app that nothing ever goes wrong?
No issues with those at all ever.
No. I told you that I got like a note because they said that my son had his the push cart like on the too close to the green.
Yeah.
And I complained to one guy I know at the club about it. Like I was like, can you believe they wrote me the letter? And he's like, oh, you were the guy? He's like, he's like, this has been cooking around the club for quite some time. He's like, this is all the scuttlebutt.
You're the talk of the town.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize. I mean, it was a real situation, and it was disrespectful to the course, really, is that the young man had pulled his golf cart perilously close to the green.
Well,
and it was reported. There were eyes on him. People didn't like the looks of him, and they knew to keep their eyes on him.
On the extravaganza earlier in the season when I had the superintendents on, I'm like, what is it with you guys and your preciousness? Don't you put mowers up there? Don't you put huge pieces of heavy equipment? And they're like, oh, the tires are much larger and the weight is dispersed over. I'm like, yeah. However,
yeah, and when you've aerated it and there's massive holes in it, yeah, that's not. And by the way, Crash's dad got run over by a lawnmower on a practice green. So so is the human blood on the green? I'm not lying either. He got when he was like 90. Wasn't there. I don't know exactly how it happened, but it's absolutely true. When his dad was in his 90s, he was on a putting green in Florida, and the mower hit him, like in some way. Like I guess the guy thought he was going to get out of the way, and he didn't get out of the way fast enough. I mean, he's a 90-year-old man, and you've seen how aggressive some of those dudes are. Like the guy was just like, get out of my way, and then he didn't like hear it or whatever, and it ended up clipping him and taking a chunk out of his leg. So that's a good point. Like, yeah, you got.
Did he get to play for free that day?
No.
Oh.
No, because if you let him play, then everyone you maim has to play for free. And then all of a sudden you don't have a business anymore. It's like, I dare you to sue me. I got big golf behind me. You'll never get on it. You'll never get a tee time in this town again. All right, we'll be back in just a moment with the news.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The
In the final 18-15, it is Raleigh's first ever win in this event as well. They'll be the cleanup hitter for the American League tonight as they go for their 11th win in 12 years against the National League. Raleigh also told the media before the game he's going to play for the U.S. team in next year's World Baseball Classic. Celtics fell to 2-1 in Summer League play. They lost to Miami last night in Las Vegas, 100-96. Baylor's Shireman, 19 points for the Green. Jordan Walsh ejected in this game. Celtics play the Lakers Thursday night. ESPN is reporting that the Golden State Warriors expected Al Horford to sign with them last weekend. He didn't. San Antonio cornerstone Victor Wembanyama has been cleared to return. He missed over half of last season with a blood clot issue. And the New York Jets signed wideout Garrett Wilson to a 4-year, $130 million contract extension yesterday with $90 million of that guaranteed. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the $14.99 Big Deal Meals at the 99, like the crispy fried twin catch with North Atlantic cod and crispy shrimp. Available every Monday through Wednesday for just $14.99. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Here we go.
Boom. I win.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hit somebody. We've got a passion for Boston sports. Get angry. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Toucher and Hardy.
Such an enticing explosion.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. I can't use it. Newsflash.
Hi, we're Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube if you subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. And it's time for our fun news segment. Hardy, what do we have today? Tell me. Go ahead.
From Brandon, Florida, Hillsborough County, and the Brandon Town Center Mall, where one 55-year-old Ricardo Claudio Diaz found himself in a little bit of a pickle.
All right, and we will find out how. Here we go.
As soon as the call went out,
Oh,
hello.
Hello, lady. Slow down. Introduce yourself first.
As soon as the call went out, a deputy responded to the scene, launched a drone, giving deputies a view from high up in the sky.
Okay, so what happened?
All right, he was accused of shoplifting there at the Brandon Town Center Mall. There was some kind of a theft, and he decided to run. But what are you going to do? Chase after him on foot like a Keystone Cop? What, are you going to get into your cruiser and chase him? No, you're going to launch a drone.
Do you remember the movie Bad Boys with Sean Penn?
Thank you. Because every time I see Bad Boys on the cable guide, I get excited, and then I find out it's the Will Smith one, and I get disappointed. The Sean Penn and S.A. Morales.
Yes, he's the bad guy.
Boys
Yeah.
they're all bad boys.
They're all,
of course.
Well, he's not the worst of them. The white guy with the afro is
Tweety.
Is
I
the
remember
worst
Tweety,
of them.
yeah.
Was that no? Tweety was the one who got released.
But he's in that movie, this guy who's a guard in Shawshank Redemption.
All right.
Same guy.
Yeah. All right. So Horowitz is like a genius. He makes bombs.
Yeah.
And so they hatch a scheme to escape the prison. And Horowitz, who's a genius, has this stuff that melts the fence so they can easily kick it in.
Yeah.
But the problem is he melts the fence and they get out and they just run. And they're in a field. So, you're going to get caught. I mean, I would imagine getting through the fence is just phase one. Because as soon as you go through the fence, everyone has seen you go through the fence. Now, the way the jail combats them leaving is the two men in jumpsuits, not like prison guard attire. They're in like street clothes.
Yeah.
They just go take off after them.
Yeah.
So then I'm questioning if you're the other inmates and the only two people that seem to have feet on the ground have taken off in pursuit of the others, why you all would stop at the fence and just stop cheering, why you all wouldn't funnel out and then scatter, and the chances of them finding all of you now have severely diminished.
Because, Fred, they're not all bad boys.
Well, they all are. This was the unit. This was C unit. This was the worst unit out of them all.
Yeah, they're all locked up for a reason.
Like O'Brien and Horowitz, they're bad boys.
Okay, so Horowitz then
Paco,
the bad white guy with an afro, he picks his nose and he puts it in his food or something like that. Like something pisses off Horowitz. He's very anti-Semitic too. So Horowitz, and by the way, the bad white guy with the afro is very close with the African American population
Tweety.
of the prison, which is completely, to my understanding of prison, not the way it would go. Now with the internet and my knowledge of prison dynamics, it is really pretty much, racist or not, broke down around racial lines. It really is.
I need some butt.
Yeah, and well, the white guy with the afro wants butt and takes it from unwilling victims, and so
which I did not understand what was happening when I first watched
neither did
that
I.
movie.
But I remembered having a bad feeling about it. So when I revisited it as an adult, I went, "That's why." So Horowitz leaves a radio on the bad guy's bunk, and the bad guy goes, "Okay." I almost wish I had you pull the audio. I didn't know I was going to be talking about this. And the bad guy picks up the radio, and he plays it, and a generic disco song comes out, and he starts bopping.
He puts it up on his shoulder.
He puts it up on his shoulder. Yeah. It's definitely of a different, like, he's so thrilled because you're, I guess, allowed to have radios in there because Horowitz is screwing around with one, like, out in the open. And so he's got this radio. He goes, "You see who put this on my bunk?" And they go, "No." And he goes, "Well, it's mine now."
Yeah.
And he's like,
and it's like a Brady Bunch type of groovy song.
It's a generic disco song, but he's bopping around, and it really does show you how hellish the facility is because he's gaining some pleasure from this disco song, but it's still, they're just mulling around, a bunch of like guys in their teens, men, just milling around the inside of a jail, but he's bopping around. And then Horowitz thinks that it starts smoking, and Horowitz goes,
right.
It didn't blow up. I don't know how it was supposed to get
He takes it off and looks at it, and then it does go. It doesn't look, that place didn't look all that bad. They had an RC Cola vending machine.
Yeah, that's when Sean Penn takes a bunch of cans and puts them in a mattress, like a pillowcase. Sorry, and beats these guys with it because I don't know if they were going to rape them or if they were going to just fight them. I guess fight them. Because I guess that's the thing. And he beats the hell out of them.
Yeah.
But the way he gets the RC cans is he just feeds an RC vending machine.
Yeah.
And just keeps taking can after can after can out, which you're not even allowed. They take the tops off of plastic bottles at a concert, like, so you don't chuck them. I would imagine that you'd
think they would have thought of that.
You'd think you would have thought of, like, maybe, aluminum cans that are full of soda are not the best things to have around. Anyway, I thought we could revisit Horowitz from Bad Boys.
Yeah.
All right, so here is a drone. So the guy shoplifts, and there's a drone in the air.
This drone video from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office shows you can run, but you can't hide. On July 4th, deputies responded to the Brandon Town Center Mall for a call of a man stealing merchandise. Deputies responded to the scene. They pursued the suspect on the ground while a deputy launched a drone searching for the suspect from the sky.
This is for a shoplifter?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone just let him go. At this point, just let him go. Now there's a drone, and everyone's...
We got this drone, and we're supposed to use it, and I haven't flown this thing in over a week. Can I please put the drone up?
And this is Philadelphia?
No, this is Florida.
Oh, okay, whatever. This isn't Mayberry. I mean, there's stuff going on. Enough. The guy got away. How about that?
But we got this drone.
Let him. I don't want you to use the drone for this.
Then why did you let me get the drone?
I don't want you to have the drone.
Yeah, then you shouldn't have approved the drone purchase.
Well, then lower taxes by 0.5%, and let's not have drones.
That's for the city council. The fact is, we have the drone with the department, and I'm launching the drone.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Florida's a real hellhole, and they got drones. So despite the drones, it's still this way, with the inbreeding and the alligators in the sewer. All right.
With the drone, just in minutes.
What? Say it again, lady. What?
From the sky.
With the drone, just in minutes. It can be
I need your editing machine that you have on your phone. With the drone. Wait, what? Seems like we picked this up mid-conversation. This isn't editing either. I believe this is the newscast.
They have a short amount of time for the story, and they want to get the drone stuff in there. So, yeah, they picked her up mid-sentence.
Yeah, they just mid-sentenced her.
This woman's talking about a drone. I want to hear what she has to say.
I'm going to let it play. I'm just questioning picking her up mid-sentence. Well, I don't understand.
The drone, just in minutes. It can be in the air, providing that better perspective of the scene.
This is the lady running the drone? She's just not a woman on the street.
No, she's on the drone team.
There's a team?
They're not letting her fly it. Come on.
Boy.
No,
I mean, it might be Florida, but there are rules.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of buttons to fly that thing.
According to HCSO, the drone provided live video to deputies and led them right to the suspect, who deputies say was hiding in a sewer.
You're hiding. Plain sight. Mm-hmm.
What took you so long?
Oh, I see you've entered my domain.
Can you come
I
back
hope you
later?
enjoy the treats.
Yes.
Feel free to make. They'll be right at home down here.
To my humble abode.
Yes. If you're looking for the lavatory, you're standing in it.
Bless this mess.
Yes. You'll find much discarded toilet paper for your pleasure.
When he believed that our deputies left the area, our drone was able to capture the suspect hiding into a sewer.
And then after 15 court dates, he will be released on 40 hours of community service.
And a small fine.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations. It was a caper of $20 million proportions to catch a shoplifter.
Now, something else much more dangerous, Fred, took place in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
And this has another eyewitness.
People from Rochester, they love to talk about Rochester, and it's not a great place, but yet they act like it is. All right, so here is Rochester, New York, which John is very familiar with. They have messes. A plate of ground beef called a mess up there. Here we go.
From your breaking news and weather authority, this is 13 Wham News at 6.
Oh, I wonder who the Andrew Ridgely of this operation is, because I got news for you. You're not needed.
Is a mountain lion roaming the streets of Rochester?
No, and that's it. Thank you for doing the news. That's how we start every show. Is there a clown masturbating? No, there is not. But if there was, we'd be there. Is there? I like that. They ask a question. Is there a mountain lion? Well, the answer is no. But we got you riled up there for a second, didn't we? Long story short, no.
Do you think Wham News would lead us astray like that?
But
I mean, come on. They're a serious outfit here.
But good news is that we have a drone and we found a guy loitering. So I hope that you'll know that the city is safe.
Is a mountain lion roaming the streets of Rochester? The search continues tonight. One man claims he came face to face with that big cat.
They said, "Rawr," and I just cut walk. I seen it, seen me.
Right, yeah, but you're talking about booty, obviously. This is when they put Chance in New York. I love New York on the tropical island with lizards, so they could just watch Chance react to the lizards. What are the great? Or when they had the midget and they knew he couldn't swim, so they did a pool challenge. I love New York. It was just obvious they were setting these guys up. So they put Chance in New York on this island, and Chance is, he's in the Stallionaires. He's a Kentucky rapper, and they put him on this beach, and they release chameleons basically, and he goes, he doesn't like them. Doesn't trust them. So this sounds eerily familiar.
They said, "Rawr," and I just cut walk. I seen it, seen me, see it.
Yeah. and
I seen it, seen me, see it.
If you were wondering, Bud Abbott is still alive. He's still doing
and living in Rochester.
And he's retired to Rochester, New York.
We begin with the search for what appears to be a mountain lion or some sort of other large cat roaming Rochester streets.
Why identify it as a large cat?
Yeah, it could be a big house cat, but
yeah, it's a mountain lion or some kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. There's something going on. Just leave it to Wham. We'll tell you when something. We'll tell you. Yeah. We'll tell you when something goes in, and we'll do it with a careless whisper. We have fun. Don't let it go. Yeah, let it go. The shirtless saxophone guy came out and just started playing.
You've probably seen this video by now. Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. The wild sightings actually prompting a shelter in place at one point overnight near Rauber Street and North Clinton Avenue. That has since been lifted. 13 Wham's Natalie Calzatoni met with the man who claims he came face-to-face with this elusive animal. Natalie, this is what everyone is talking about tonight.
Yes, it is, Matt. And the DEC says based on the video and measurements taken at the site today, the animal does appear to possibly be a cougar. And if so, it most...
Yeah, it is.
Hey!
Yeah, she's a 35-year-old divorcee on the prowl for youngins.
And if so, it most likely did not arrive to the region on its own. Now, I spoke with a man who says he came across the wild cat while on a walk.
I heard.
On a walk.
Maybe
I was on a stroll.
Maybe he belongs to a walking club like Dan Roach.
Yeah, I was walking to the walking club, ironically.
I heard the roar. I felt that roar. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that.
Curtis.
Yeah, keep pushing.
Yeah.
Pushing. I heard the roar. Pushing. I knew that.
Yep, I knew that.
Curtis Jones says he was walking near Rauber Street late Wednesday when he saw people running from what appeared to be a large wild cat.
After I see the people run, I just see some big just walking, just...
What? It had legs? I had a Lynch-like dream about that last night.
After I see the people run, I just see some big just walking, just right over here, right here by the bush. It went right over here. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there.
Oh, okay, if you swear. I mean, I like how there was a shelter in place based on this. It went rawr at me.
Quick.
No one leave the home. I'll tell you, COVID really got these guys pretty footloose and fancy free with the shelter in place.
Why can't I go outside? Oh, because
I heard the roar.
Yeah.
Okay.
My man is reporting a roar.
They said roar, and I just cut walk. I seen me, see it. So in my head, I'm like, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
Rochester police say officers became aware of a video on social media that appears to show a wild cat, which some people claim is a mountain lion.
About like this big. Word. It was just walking, slithering, like it was. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Slithering? Did he say?
And I said, I saw you get into that car. Where's my money?
I felt that roar.
I like it when he does the high pitch. Rawr.
Yeah.
Man.
We're going to South Dakota and Oregon, and then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Clipped from the headlines.
A shelter in place was ordered and then lifted when RPD was unable to verify the presence of a wild animal. Police say no reports have been substantiated. Jones tells me he remains on edge.
You gotta keep this bat right here, man. I'm gonna keep this bat right here, man, just in case. I'm gonna protect this. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, nothing, okay? They ain't find it last night. It's still out here. It could be out here in one of these bushes or something. You know, them mountain lions, they be, wow, they be crawling and, you know, they serious.
He's pretty fixated on that roar.
Yeah.
They know what they have.
Heard the roar.
They know what they got in this guy.
Oh,
they
yeah,
think
they
they have another Alabama leprechaun situation.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, they found this guy and they're like, we're going to repeat some of the stuff he says. Bookend it with him saying roar. I mean, they've played him saying roar, some of it twice.
I felt that roar.
Yeah, I felt that roar.
The Seneca Park Zoo told 13 Wham all of its animals are accounted for.
I don't play with lions. I don't play with tigers, bears, nothing with the wild. I don't play with those. I promise you. I don't even do roller coasters. I'm good.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, but he does enjoy backgammon, so
I'm good.
These are all things that you need to know about him.
Nothing with the wild. I don't play with those. I promise you. I don't even do roller coasters. I'm good.
It made him drop his cane and his big floppy hat fell off.
I don't know, man.
He does sound like someone from like Night Shift. Like, you know? He sounds like an early 80s comedy. Like when the Griswolds ended up in East St. Louis.
If anyone observes a large wild animal, they are advised to go indoors. and call 911.
Oh, Natalie, thank you so much.
They know what they got.
It does sound like Billy Blaze in his from Night Shift in his version of what he thinks someone like that would sound like.
Yeah, exactly. It's that newscast had a very early '80s Ivan Reitman feel to it. All right, very good.
Thank you to the news station WHAM, WHAM there. in Rochester.
They know what they got.
Yeah,
they knew when they found that guy that was going to lead the news, and they knew that radio shows in Boston would be talking about it. So congratulations to Wham.
This is 13 Wham News at 6.
The Seneca Park Zoo told 13 Wham.
I don't play with lions. I don't play with tigers. I don't even do roller coasters.
Okay.
Word.
All right. All right. Jen McCaffrey, I'm sure, is very happy to be following that. She will be on with us in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. Jen McCaffrey writes about the Red Sox for The Athletic, and she is kind enough to join us early during the All-Star break. Jen McCaffrey, hello.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We are well. Oh, look at you. You're on the Zoom. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Good quality.
This is someone who does some media appearances here. So, Jen, here we are, 10-game winning streak into the All-Star break. It disguises some of the Devers trade. Let's start with this. Do you believe that this winning that they've been doing recently can in any way be attributed to the absence of Rafael Devers?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think, when they made the trade, part of it, as Breslow said, was to kind of get a player off the team that they didn't feel was fitting their culture. But I do think a big part of it was to kind of open up the lineup with a lot of different moving parts. They had a ton of guys in this lineup, including, Roman Anthony, the rookie they just called up, that trying to fit him in the lineup and not DH him every day. Cora said repeatedly, this guy's 21 and one of the best players in baseball. We don't want him to be a DH at 21. And they were kind of, sliding him in there. And, right after the trade, he was DHing a lot. And now they've been able to kind of put Masataka Yoshida in that DH role. So I feel like it really did kind of help open up some roster spots to move guys around and be able to use this lineup a little bit, more to its advantage, more to its athleticism, and be able to kind of move some guys around and get the best players in there. And, obviously Ceddanne Rafael has been taking off. And, I think that was a big part of it, was just trying to maximize the roster. But again, as we've said, and many people have said, that it was just, I think, time to kind of move on from him and kind of make the team more of a space where they wanted everyone kind of willing to do everything that they can to win on every night.
But, Jen, to me, that doesn't fully explain why this team is winning as much as it is. I mean, they still make a lot of mistakes every night. I remember Carlos Narvaez's back-to-back pass balls. They've had at least one base running mistake a game. They've had 2 errors in an inning, and it didn't hurt them. I mean, there just seems to be something more that's going on here to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're playing looser. I think, there was some stress with the whole situation and kind of anxiety of, will he play first base? Will he not? Like, what's he going to do, when Bregman comes back and all of that. So I do think, that there was sort of some stress hanging over the players. And obviously they weren't playing well during that stretch either. And so they were sort of getting in their own ways. And they're still, obviously, like you said, making mistakes. This 10-game winning streak hasn't been flawless, but they've been able to kind of overcome that, I think, because they're playing a little looser and playing a little bit freer. And, obviously the pitching staff has helped with that too, in the way that they've performed. So I think it's sort of a combination of a lot of things. And, again, some of it is luck too. A lot of those, mistakes that they'd made over the past week plus were things that would have been catastrophic the previous 2 months, really, and kind of taken them down. So I think it's just a product of a lot of things. And I do think that they look, though, and feel like they're playing a lot looser.
Yeah, I would immediately chalk it up, Jen, when you describe it, and I agree with you. It allows for some movement and some players to play every day, and the subtraction of Devers, lets you and kind of compels you to do things that you wouldn't normally do with him there. But he's still a major, presence offensively. And I would have thought initially, all right, they're going to get this little jolt of energy. They're going to be reinvigorated by being able to do what it is they want to do with the other guys. But eventually it's going to, come home to roost. That the water will find its level in that they're missing a big part of the offense. I thought the only thing I'll say, Jen, is I thought it would have happened before they won 10 games in a row. And even against the 2 bad teams that they beat, the sweep of Tampa made me think, as much as I hate to admit that I'm totally wrong on this, there's a chance that I'm wrong, and they did somehow get better offensively by removing Devers. I still can't wrap my head around it, but I guess it's a possibility that they're somehow going to be in better shape even without his bat with his bat out of the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, like right out of the gate, they looked awful. And that West Coast trip, they were like 3-6, and they definitely looked like they were still, like, what is, this doesn't look like the move that's gonna make this team better, like Breslow was saying. And the offense looked rough. They couldn't get out of their own way. It was more of the same of like the first few months. So that first like 9-10 games right after the trade were pretty rough. I think they ended up starting to find some of their rhythm and starting to kind of, figure out what they were going to be without him. I think also, Alex Bregman kind of starting to come back. He wasn't on that West Coast trip. I think I think it's been talked about a lot, but also not enough how important Bregman's been for this team and sort of this offense and mentoring this guys. And that was a long stretch where he wasn't around. He wasn't traveling with the team. And so obviously, they weren't playing fantastic when he was in the lineup earlier this year. But I do think a lot of these guys have gotten used to how some of the things that he points out to them that's different than, the coaching stuff is pointing out to them, and having him around after they came back from that stretch, coupled with, switching up their hitting. They switched up how they approached their hitters meetings to a more like one-on-one approach versus a group approach. They realized with a lot of the young guys that they have, the kind of the one-on-one time with the coaching staff was going to be way more instructional and helpful for them. So I think it was a few different factors. Again, are they going to keep winning like this? No. Like, this obviously isn't sustainable, and they're facing, some really good teams, and the Cubs and the Phillies and the Dodgers right out of the break. So that's going to be a huge test, and to see if they can kind of sustain this. But I do think overall it just opens up the lineup. It kind of makes these guys a little looser, and I think that they have this chip on their shoulder to kind of prove people that, we don't need Devers to kind of power this lineup. No one thought we were going to be like this, and this is what we're going to do.
Will the Red Sox make a major move here in the next couple of weeks? We've talked about it on this show. I'm sure you've heard all the rumors about Jarren Duran and always a spare outfielder. If you want to move Roman Anthony to left, this is a perfect way to do it. Do you think the Red Sox will make a bold move here at the deadline?
I do. I feel like as much as, the Devers trade was this bombshell, I feel like there's almost more pressure now on Breslow to make the team that much better. They need another starter. They need a guy right behind Crochet and in between Bayo if they're really going to push for this. They can't do that kind of like in-between thing they did last year where they get like a good but not great starter and James Paxton, who's going to get hurt right away, and then two kind of middling relievers. I think they really need to go out and make kind of a decisive move that's going to bolster the rotation. Obviously, that's going to cost a lot, but yeah, they need to trade from their outfield. Again, Breslow has said, as he's, what else is he going to say? We like to have as many players as we can, and we don't need to trade from our outfield. But you also look at their farm system, and one of their top prospects, their top outfield prospect anyway, in the top 5 of their farm system, Yestinson Garcia is in AAA and kind of knocking on the door and has almost 1,000 OPS. So he's someone that you could also see being traded for something. But yeah, Duran is, I feel like, the name we've heard the most brought up. We know the Padres are kind of pursuing him pretty heavily. They don't really have a starter that makes the most sense for the Red Sox, since most of their starters are going to be free agents this winter. And if you're trading Duran, who has 3 years of control, you're going to trade him for a pitcher that has control. But AJ Preller, their GM, is the type of guy who, could work a 3-way trade, acquire a pitcher, and then flip him for Duran. So, it's going to be an interesting couple weeks to see how they work this out. But I do feel like they have to get something done, because at this point, they're a good team, but they need more, and they can't just stay where they're at. And if you're going to trade Devers and kind of put all your cards in, then you gotta go all the way.
All right, Jen, you mentioned, needing arms, and they went into the draft that just was completed with a strategy in mind. How did they handle that draft?
Yeah, they ended up for the second year in a row taking, majority pitchers. They took 15 of 21 of their draft selections were pitchers, and all college pitchers, which is a different strategy than they've had in the past. They really kind of seem to focus on getting guys that are a little more established and older and kind of bigger bodied guys. Most of their guys are 6'2" or bigger. That's that physicality and the velocity the guys can produce is something Craig Breslow's been really high on since he came to the organization a couple years ago. They did a similar thing last year when 14 of their 20 guys were pitchers. So they've really started to kind of bulk up this like farm system pitching infrastructure. They hadn't taken a pitcher in the first round since Tanner Houck in 2017. So they, drafted Tristan Casas and, Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer and Nick York and all these position players over the past 7 years with their first round pick, but finally took a pitcher this season out of Oklahoma, Kyson Witherspoon, who they think is someone that's going to kind of shoot up the system pretty quickly. So, it's interesting to see kind of how they went about this. Kind of figured they were going to prioritize pitching because that's been something that they've been really trying to bulk up in the system. And now we'll see if it actually ends up working out and who of the, obviously not all of these guys are going to pan out, but if they can get a couple of them to pan out for the system, then I think, that's a win for them. But we'll have to see how this pitching infrastructure they've been working so hard on actually works.
All right, Jen McCaffrey, thank you so much. Good information. Read all her stuff in The Athletic. Thank you, Jen.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. We appreciate it. Jen McCaffrey. Lots to be done. People are talking about the Red Sox. A 10-game winning streak will do that. And they have a big name that they could move. And for established Major League talent, that would be a very interesting move.
She was all in on that, too.
Yeah, they got to trade him.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to trade him. And everyone knows they got to trade him. But they got to get Major League talent in return, which is a weird way to swing a train.
All-Star Game MVP last year, had a great year. He's a little down this year, but a guy with 3 years of control with those tools, I mean, you have to get a good to great starting pitcher back in return. With term.
Yeah, you're not getting a great starting pitcher back with term. But, I mean, they didn't get anything for Devers, who's, got a lot of control, is very, very good.
Yeah,
they got not one piece.
I forgot about the guy actually pulling the deal. That's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that they're going to get an elite starter for a 29-year-old surplus outfielder, I don't know. But they should be able to get somebody, an arm, something they couldn't do when they traded Devers. They got a minor league pitcher in Jordan Hicks, which you'll see maybe once or twice this year. Unless I'm wrong and he stays healthy and everything goes smoothly. But what do I know? All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Major League home run leader Cal Raleigh won the All-Star Game home run derby last night. He beat Tampa Bay's Junior Caminero 18-15 in the final. The All-Star Game is tonight in Atlanta. Tarek Skubal starts for the American League against Paul Skeens in the National League. Getting back to Raleigh, he announced he will play for Team USA in next year's World Baseball Classic. Celtics are now 2-1 in Summer League play. They lost in Las Vegas last night to Miami 100-96. Top draft pick Hugo Gonzalez had 10 points and 7 rebounds in the loss. Jordan Walsh ejected in this game. The Celtics play the Lakers on Thursday night. Al Horford remains a free agent. He's considering retirement. ESPN reports that the Golden State Warriors expected him to sign with them last week, and he did not. And in WNBA news, the Connecticut Sun play Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever at TD Garden tonight. We'll have the game at 8 o'clock here on 98.5 The Sports Hub with Brendan Glasheen and Tarika Foster-Brasby. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Dr. Matthew Lopresti and Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, the hair doctor of Hardy, Rob Nankovich, and Wes Welker. Call 1-800-GET-HAIR for your free consultation. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9 o'clock.
More. Sports Hub app.
Download it wherever you get your apps today.
Hey, if your alarm clock sounds like this is the show for you. Toucher and Hardy, the Sports Hub.
Cooking soul.
Oh, yeah, baby. Smooth grooves on a Tuesday. Hope it's terrific. We're Toucher and Hardy.
Upswing toward 9 o'clock. If you got to be there by 9, you got 9 minutes to get there.
What you doing? Just tickling these strings. Excuse me. Imagine this is on, like, in your car. Like, you're just driving around and this is what you're listening to. This is what you need in your head. This is giving you a great deal of pleasure.
Sounds like one of the selections Daniel would play. You know, when, I don't know if I ever told you about Daniel. He was the guy I met in Puerto Rico who drives around a little bit friend.
I know Daniel.
Have I mentioned him?
Yeah,
Daniel, my brother.
The male modelly Fabio type.
Yeah. He plays some Bad Bunny because I think that is required.
Yeah, it's like the Canadian laws where you have to play Canadian music.
But then he would have some very ambient jazz that he would play on some of the rides.
Yeah, just to relax you. This is vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just fill your... Don't think. Listen.
He knew what he was doing.
All right, so there are moments in life that test you, and I just experienced one of them. When you're in a situation that appears to be a dire, and then you pull out of it. So I got in the elevator to go down and retrieve my breakfast. I'm in a kick now where I'm eating breakfast and then I don't have to worry about eating again until dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So I get in the elevator and I press to go down to the mezzanine level, and the elevator goes kunk.
Oh, boy.
And does not move. Ooh. It moves, it goes kunk and then stops moving. So at that point, my brain is saying, oh, you're stuck in the elevator. And you've got to test how much of the cortisol or whatever the hell it is that releases in your brain that elicits panic. And I'm happy to report I did not get the feeling of utter panic, but I didn't have my phone. My brain was processing at such a rate. Good luck, AI, because I realized immediately I didn't have my phone. And I went through what I was going to have to do to get out of the elevator.
Was it like a Limitless situation where you just saw everything happening at once and you almost saw the world in a series of code? It was just ones and zeros, and you figured out every possible scenario and permutation and had an escape plan devised that you didn't even need?
Well, I believe if you meditate enough, you can see the world in ones and zeros as it's meant to be seen.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, if you decoded the universe and kind of figured out the meaning of life, it would be in computer code. I mean, that's obviously how the Buddha used to state it. No, but what
Not
is
so much Matrix as it was like Bradley Cooper. You just unlocked everything all at once.
Yeah, and so what did happen is it's amazing how fast your brain thinks, like without even like trying. It's just every scenario in like a split second. Like if you were to verbalize everything that you think, it would take you like a minute, and what goes on in like a millisecond.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a little bit of like a panicked feeling, but not a full-on wave of panic. So it was stuck for long enough where I came to grips with that I was stuck in the elevator. Like let's say I was stuck for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, maybe more, maybe 5 seconds I was stuck in that elevator, which is time. Like, and because it went kunk again, it went kunk, doors are closed. And so I also had time to conceptualize you're still like in the building. You're just in a part of the building.
And this is before you had retrieved your breakfast.
Yeah, so
you're thinking about how am I going to get sustenance?
Yeah, I'm like, how I'm going to die in here. And then I thought about how Jim Murray's dad was an elevator operator. And then I thought about when we talked about it on the air and the firemen came in, they said that the fire trucks do come and the firemen do come in. All of this in that 5 seconds is all occurring to me.
Yeah.
Like, and so the good news is my brain was trying to be logical and calm myself down immediately. I am a little impressed because usually my go-to is just abject panic and catastrophizing the situation. But in this instance, I'm a little relieved and maybe a little bit changed in that my brain immediately went to coping. Like I'm in this elevator, but we're still ultimately in the building. You know, you're fine. You're just in a different part of the building. 5 seconds, this is all going.
Look at you evolving like that.
Well, it is good news, John, because it's animal instinct, and what would have gone through my mind is, oh my God, you're trapped in this elevator, you're going to freak out. But there was at least which did happen, but there was at least a piece that was telling my other side of the brain, calm down.
I would also like to give credit to your horn of plenty of medications that seem to be in a perfect balance right now, that allowed you to both process, understand the danger, but then not resort to panic. I mean, whatever mixture you're on right now, write it down. Did you do an extra dose of magnesium last night? Could that have something to do with it?
That has a calming effect.
It is. It's like an elite athlete starting to juice up, starting to take the right steroids. Like they're working at it. Yeah, like that handful of pills I take every morning was cooking with gas this morning. I mean, that 10 milligrams of Prozac was really breaking through. That thing that it's like the tax you play the pharmaceutical company, the 10 milligrams of Prozac that does nothing. That was I mean, that's powerful stuff. I mean, but I mean, there's other things. I mean, was it the gabapentin? Who knows? I mean,
right.
Who's to say which miracle drug elicited that logical thinking? I'm glad you brought that up. That 5 pounds that's in my hand every morning as I face the day finally did
your
come
pill
through.
box Tuesday. Hello, boys.
All heavily researched. All in 50 years they'll be using the same medicine. It won't seem antiquated at all. Every time I take it, I go like, well, this is just money down the drain. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then if you go like, I don't feel well, they go, well, more. I mean, the obvious solution is more. Well, I don't like this effect it has on me. Well, then take this, and that will counteract that effect.
But keep taking that one.
Yeah.
No, you
don't
can't
slow down with this one.
No, we need
you
the
take
money.
this one as well, and this one will counteract the bad effects of this one. Well, what about the bad effects of this one? Yeah. Well, there's another one. Yeah. Pop that in. You'll be having the time of your life. All right, but there you go. I think everyone's happy to know I wasn't stuck in the elevator. Because if I was stuck in the elevator, I would have had my phone. I would have called in. It would have been magic. Been in the newspaper.
It would have been fun.
Local hero keeps cool while in dire situation. All right, we will be back in just a moment. Mike Francesa has seen a film that I've seen, and let's see if our minds are on the same page.
This will be like dueling reviews, much like when Skip Bayless saw the Sinners movie that I saw,
and the white guilt washed over him as he finally realized the plight of the black man in the United States.
People got a raw deal.
Yes, absolutely. We will be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy.
Tucker and Maz. Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Major League Baseball Home Run Derby took place last night in Atlanta, and for the first time in his career, Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh is your winner. He beat Tampa Bay's Junior Caminero in the final. The All-Star game is tonight. Tarek Skubal in the American League will oppose Paul Skeens in the National League. The American League has won this event in 10 of the last 11 seasons. The Red Sox of Aroldis Chapman will pitch out of the American League bullpen. Celtics lost their first Summer League game last night, 100-96 to Miami in Las Vegas. Baylor's Shireman, 19 points for the Green in the loss. Jordan Walsh ejected from this game after picking up a pair of technical fouls. Celtics play the Lakers in Las Vegas on Thursday evening. ESPN is reporting that Golden State expected Al Horford to sign with them last week, and he did not. The New York Jets have signed wide receiver Garrett Wilson to a 4-year extension worth $130 million. And in WNBA news, TD Garden's the place to be tonight. The Connecticut Sun oppose Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever. We'll have the game at 8 o'clock here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines are powered by Joyce Cooling and Heating in Nashua. Is your AC system failing you? For a limited time, enjoy up to $4,600 in rebates when you install a new HVAC system by August 15th. Schedule now at joycecool.com, celebrating 30 years. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
New England plays here.
Ball down the right side. It's a separation. Touchdown pass. Yes. Perfect dive from Drake May.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
It's called rising and grinding.
Well,
Start your
got your finger on the pulse, Fred. Seldom right and never wrong.
Right here. Is that Toucher or is that Hardy?
Kinda looks like a poodle. It's an effing poodle, dumbass.
The Sports Hub.
If you're talking to yourself, Joseph.
Yo.
You were just talking to yourself, or were you talking to someone else?
Talking to someone else.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Oh, I'm here with Sean, too.
Who's Sean? What's his deal?
It's
Who's the better looking at you of this misfit crew?
It's definitely Joseph. It's this guy right there.
All right, Joseph. You chiseled? Cut from stone?
Oh, am I chiseled? Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you rip it up. How many push-ups you can do? You knock them out.
I've
do
on
them
a
now.
good day, probably like 76.
Do them now. Let's hear you do
I'm
it.
stuck in this goddamn Boston traffic right now.
Whoa! The Lord don't care for that. So knock it off.
You're right.
What did you want?
You're right.
Go ahead.
Okay. First off, Jazz Chisholm. What's up with that? I'm trying to watch some hits. You're gonna take 8 pitches in the Derby? Are you kidding me?
Okay, good stuff. Well, he wanted to bitch at us. But what was odd is I was going to do a mind trick on him.
Oh.
Because he was bitching about not talking sports, so I was engaging him in a non-sports specific conversation, and then I was going to turn around and throw it at him. You understand?
Yeah.
I was going to say, but you just participated in what you're upset about. And that was going to be the big rip around. But then he was boring, so I didn't get to do that. Mike Francesa is never boring. Now, there's a movie out called Superman. Did I see Superman? Absolutely. Did I enjoy it? Sure. It is what it is. If they showed better movies at the good movie theater by me, I would go to them. But if you want the good popcorn and the soda machine that has all the different flavors, you are going to a corporate movie theater. Now, does West Newton Cinema show movies that I would rather see? Yeah. But they don't have that kind of popcorn and soda machine. If they would invest in that kind of process with the donations and the tax-free status that they enjoy, I believe, then we could go to there more often. But such is life. Well, Mike Francesa saw Superman, and here he is on whatever. He's selling his house, by the way.
Oh, really?
He bought a $5 million house
Yeah.
back about 15 years ago, which I'm curious how much money Mike Francesa was making, because he lives in like a palace, like a real estate. Now, I understand it's on Long Island and that you can get a little wiggle room, and I'm unfamiliar with how far away from the city he was, but I'm wondering how much money he made that he, lived in this. It's a mansion. I mean, he lived in a mansion, and they showed the room where he had the 3 TVs. They're all like sunken into wood. It's beautiful with big leather chairs. It's stately, and there is a picture of Diet Coke in a refrigerator. Like it's like a wine refrigerator with Diet Cokes in it. All right, so here is Mike Francesa.
This stunk. As for someone who's a old-time TV show Superman guy trying to get entertained for a couple hours and wants to see Superman, this movie was pure torture to sit through.
So he's carried this love of Superman, which is peculiar. I did think during Superman a lot of, why does Jerry Seinfeld love Superman so much? Like what Crash loves Superman. In fact, every time he's on an airplane, he plays the Superman theme when they take off in his headphones, and he's been known to weep. Like, it makes him cry. So I'm not quite sure what this whole Superman has over people. It is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Because it just, to me, is like a boring superhero that can just do everything. They just kind of ran out of stuff because he gets into a lot of, jams in this one. It starts with him being, all injured. It's the first scene. It's in the trailer. No spoilers for all you Superman fanatics out there. I wouldn't want to, blow that he survives. And that there could
they don't
be
kill
another
him
one.
off in the first of this most recent reboot.
I got. If this doesn't, no one of any importance dies. But I will tell you that they are locked and loaded for many more of these. But right away you're like, how is this? You find out kind of, but you're like, Superman. Why isn't he using all the other? Like, this Superman seems devoid of some of the powers that the other one had. In the cartoon, any jam, he could freeze it, he could put it on fire, he had lasers, he had, anything you needed, he had. Because he was super. And the only thing that kept him still was kryptonite. And so, now kryptonite is in this film, but it's not the only thing that Superman runs afoul of.
But I understand where Francesa is initially coming from, because who isn't a fan of the 1950s TV version of Superman?
With the kind of chubby guy.
Yeah, right. From 70 years ago. That might as well be an episode of Andy Griffith, but one character's wearing a cape.
Yeah, I'm 50, and that original Superman wasn't even on in syndication when I was a kid. That it's old enough that it
wasn't on in syndication when I was a kid.
I would say old enough and not good enough.
Yeah,
because I Love Lucy was on, and
Batman was on. I mean, the Adam West Batman was shown when I was real little in syndication, but Superman certainly was not. I mean, I Love Lucy was going to show, and The Honeymooners wasn't shown until cable came out. So. What are you going to do?
Torture. I mean, I'll tell you this. If my name was on the credits, I'd hide it. That's how bad it was. This was 2 hours of this new Superman. It was he wasn't Christopher Reeve, but he was okay Superman. 2 hours of him getting the crap beat out of him. Who wants to see Superman get beat up for 2 hours?
So that drove him crazy, that Superman's getting beat up.
All the other Supermen never experienced any pain.
But the thing is that his Superman movie is 2 hours of Superman just dominating. It's not much of a story. There's this guy Superman, and he can do anything. Oh, all right. Well, what happens? Yeah, he just kills a bunch of people. Oh, cool. Yeah, but he's a good guy, so he does it for good. Okay. If he doesn't get beat up at one point, there's no story. And they kind of get that out of the way at the very beginning. He's hurt. You've seen it it's the trailer of the film. The dog come and grabs him. They have a cute pesky dog.
He's in the snow with bleeding out of his mouth. Yes.
If you've seen the trailer, that's how it starts. Is that Superman has been in a fight and he's hurt. Okay. If you get mad at first of all, if you got mad at me if I explain the whole movie to you, you're out of your mind because it's a Superman movie. And I don't know if anything is going to. I don't know how it could ruin anything for you, but I'm really just giving you the very, very beginning of the film.
He's getting beat up by everybody. Plus, you have other superheroes in the movie. I didn't go there to see some guy named Mr. Terrific. I didn't go there to see the Green Lantern or some lady named Hawk something or other. I don't even know who she was. Okay, these other superheroes who he calls on. Who needs other superheroes? This is a Superman movie. You want to see Superman flirt with Lois Lane, keep his disguise, and battle crime. That's what you want to see. And good triumph over evil. That's Superman.
Yeah. He wants to...
I want to say the Green Lantern.
Yeah. By the way, Lois Lane is in the movie. I don't know what his problem is.
But does he flirt with her?
Yeah, they like make out. Like they're dating in the movie. They're like living. I don't know if they're not living together, but they're dating. They're in a relationship in the movie. She knows that, and she knows that his alter ego Clark Kent is him.
Man,
I don't mean to slow your.
They've accelerated past a lot of stuff for this.
Yeah. I think the newspaper knows he's Superman. Yeah, they do. The newspaper knows he's Superman too. I believe. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly, but I think in order for the plot to go, you know who's in it? The Kenny Powers' son from The Righteous Gemstones, the one who drives the driver.
The stunt guy.
Yeah, he plays like a heartthrob.
Come on.
Yes, he's cast as like a man who like has women like falling all over him.
Early on, there's robots. I don't want robots.
Uncle Baby Billy would be a good Superman villain, by the way.
Yeah, like a evil who does coke off his ring and then does bad things.
I'm talking about doing some evil here now. Listen, Mr. Terrific, y'all play too much. We got to get to some villainy here.
Early on, there's robots. I don't want robots. Okay, I don't want robots taking care.
He's got a lot of Trump in him.
I swear to God,
I don't want robots. I don't want robots.
Early on, there's robots. I don't want robots. Okay, I don't want robots taking care of Superman. Then there's a super dog. Who came up with a super dog?
Well, they did. Super Dog. Yeah. I don't even know anything about Superman. I know
Super Dog's been around for a long time.
Yeah, Super Dog might have been on Justice League, the cartoon and the Super Friends, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay? And I didn't like the dog getting beat on in the movie. It bothered me. But, hey, who came up with a dog with a cape? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
Yeah. Back then, there were laws.
I watched Superman on TV 70 years ago. That's how it should be now.
I used to listen to on the radio.
Right after Jack Benny.
Yeah. Al Jolson, and then it would be Superman.
He's connecting with his audience.
Yeah.
He's really good.
I mean, I remember in vaudeville.
I went to the theater. There was no cartoon before the movie. There was no newsreel.
I mean, how am I supposed to know to get refreshments? There's no hot dog telling me to get up there and get the refreshments. How am I supposed to know? Okay.
I never saw robots. And in this movie, Superman's in trouble. Lex Luthor's getting the best of him. Everybody in the movie is beating the heck out of him. I thought Jimmy Olsen was going to take a shot at him. I thought Lois Lane was going to throw him out a window. I mean, he got beat up by everybody. He got the absolute bejesus. If you want to go see Superman and get beat up for 2 hours, he got beat up for 2 hours. This is Superman. And this had nothing to do with Superman. It had to do with superheroes. It had to do with a war in the Middle East. It had to do with a crazy Lex Luthor. And in the end, Lois Lane is trying to save him by going into the inner earth at a different layer of being with Mr. Terrific, whoever the hell he is.
Well, Mike, you're very loose-lipped about the whole thing.
Jesus, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
now I'm not going to go see it.
He's explaining it very well.
And she is driving a spaceship off the Daily Planet. Now, wait a second. Lois Lane's supposed to be falling off a building and being caught by Superman. This is not made for Lois Lane to be driving a spaceship to save Superman. I'm like, what the heck am I watching here? The dog was a bigger hero than Superman was.
It's funny that Mike Francesa goes into movies with the script in his mind. And when the filmmaker dares not follow the script that's in his head, he becomes like, The Godfather. I mean, what, the orange in the mouth? I mean, the Godfather should be eating apples.
I read the book, okay? Yeah. Mario Puzo and I were dear friends, all right? There's never an orange.
There was never an orange. It was an apple. It was an Adam and Eve reference, Okay?
I just think of Mad Dog listening to this and cackling with laughter. Like, my God, am I lucky to get away from that guy?
Michael never joined the Marines. He was in the Coast Guard. And it was no big deal to get him out of it.
I mean, Henry Hill. I mean, he didn't have adult acne. In my head, he's Val Kilmer. I mean, they get Ray Liotta. He's Val Kilmer in my brain. When I cast the movie before I saw it. The rosebud was a diaper rash.
Sled. Come on, get out of here with your sled. The metal runners.
What do you mean it was his sled? The guy was dead the whole time. In the real movie, the guy's a juggler.
I was thinking about inflicting pain to myself just to keep myself awake.
Oh, well, don't start cutting.
That's a bad road. You don't want to go down that road.
Yeah, do not start cutting, Mike, please.
That's how bad it was. This movie was dreadful. And I have seen people glowing in their reviews, and I'm saying, what are you watching? How can this possibly? You got monsters in the movie. You got robots in the movie. You got other superheroes in the movie. You got.
What is he supposed to fight? Like, what? You got villains. Like, what's he supposed to fight?
Superman's just supposed to walk around.
Yeah, like, I want a nice road trip movie. I want something showing the country, not that dialogue heavy.
Come home to Lois Lane, have her make him dinner.
Yeah. I don't want any conflict. I don't want him getting beat up. I want him to beat everybody.
Yeah,
He's
stick
Superman.
to a nice plot line with no arc. It's just, it begins and ends at the same place. The middle, just a day in the life.
Lex Luthor, all crazy. I want him sane. I want him perfectly sane and beatable.
Yeah, you take care of him at the beginning of the movie, and the rest is just him and Lois Lane banging.
You gotta leave the dog out of it.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay?
Yeah,
But
he's got to
still.
say that to not piss off the
Right.
dog people.
Yeah.
Because they'll get the impression he doesn't like dogs.
You got a damn dog with a cape on. You got, what are you talking about? You got Lois Lane driving a spaceship. What the hell does that have to do with Superman?
Yeah, these broads can't drive. I mean, Lois Lane, stick to the bus, baby.
I don't want robots.
He's got that robots.
Superman was, Lois gets in trouble investigating a story. She winked.
This guy is unbelievable. The narcissism of this guy, it really should be studied. This is actually pretty interesting. Let's stop the comedy for a minute, which people might argue happened years ago. But
Yeah.
I will. But let me tell you that it is an interesting character study, in that I don't know. It's maybe my dad, someone that would go into a movie with the movie already written, and then when it deviates from what they've come up with in their head, they become infuriated, like really annoyed. You saw a creation of another person, adapted by another person, who you don't know, and you had no involvement in this, and you're angry at the inclusion of robots and things of that nature.
I don't want robots.
Some people say they're the best robots. Some people, they say they don't want robots ever. They want to have all the robots destroyed.
Superman was, Lois gets in trouble investigating a story. She winks at Superman a couple of times. You got the innuendo that they like to, have a little extended relationship. That's fine. That's all tongue-in-cheek. It was tongue-in-cheek in the movies back in the 70s. Fine. Okay? A little campy, a little cartoonish.
Yeah, some, RuPaul maybe gets in there, a little campy. Harvey Firestein shows up, you have a thing. You have a drag race theme. A little camp,
Little cartoonish. This was a disaster. I mean, I actually think the people who wrote this must have been on some kind of hallucinogen before.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Let's stop. I got news for you. You're going to go see Superman, and it's fine. How about that? That's your spoiler. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be angry. You're not going to be overly pleased. You'll say, I was in air conditioning for 2 hours, and I had popcorn. That will be the extent of the thing. It's stop.
Torture.
Yeah, it's torture. I don't like superhero movies, and I can assure you that it's not. It's fine.
What the heck am I watching here?
You're watching a Superman movie.
It's a summer blockbuster
where he reigns supreme. I got news for you. Like, the ending is Superman's okay. Like, everything's fine.
Superman.
Yeah, like it's. I could see, like, if he dies at the end, being like, oh boy, like, I don't like that. But I mean, and even then, it's not your movie. But you cannot like it.
Came up with a super dog.
Well, they came up with the super dog a long time ago.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want the villain from Friday the 13th.
That's fine.
I mean, in my brain, Jason was running around, and Superman goes to camp in Kansas. You know, in my head, and then there's some busty teens, and they're showering, and they're peeking through the eye hole.
That's fine.
And then there's a bar owner, and they don't like them, and they get it's Florida in the '60s. The guy puts his unit through the hole, and it's tugging, and He just envisioned Porky's. All right.
Came up with a super dog.
I mean, Porky's. I mean, what bar's over a bridge? All right, very good.
Thing in a hole he gets yanked on.
Torture.
Yeah. I mean, that's Carrie's friend from Sex and the City. That's Mannequin. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
I don't want...
by Tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can reach us via 985thesportshub.com. You can find our email addresses there. You can follow us on social media at Toucher and Hardy on Twitter and Instagram, at Hardy985 on Instagram, and at Fred Toucher on Instagram, where big things are happening. We played this at 7 o'clock. It is Low Cash doing Isn't She Country? Isn't She Lovely? And put generic... in a rap cadence to make it palatable for the country music heads. They did that, and they bring up his truck and beer in the first two lines, which is a calculated move. These Nashville songwriting teams are basically ad agencies at this point. This is Good Morning, Fred. I live in South Dakota, Sioux Falls, land of bikers. Nothing worse than rolling up to a local roadhouse and a bunch of wannabe tough guy bikers are playing country damn rap on their bikes. It's country rap is basically what it is. What's even worse is when a group of 50-something bikers are playing Lil Wayne or some BS like that. Country rap, pop country, meth, and facial tattoos. That's how to group this stuff. So there you go. That is what that gentleman has to say about it. I have a tremendous amount of emails. And that was in USA Today.
All hell came down on top of your head.
Everyone was like waiting in line for this book. And then we had someone out there and we were talking to this guy on the phone in line, and he had bought the book and like already read it. He had bought the book at midnight and he had read it. It was like 6:30 in the morning. You spent all night reading it. And I'm like, why the hell did you read the children's book? Like, it's so if you could read it so quickly, it must be, it's a long book. If you could read it in 600
pages.
Yeah, I'm like, there can't be that much to digest. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, I'm not gonna. I go, what? Just tell me what happened. He goes, the headmaster dies. And oh boy, nothing I've ever done is but nothing I've ever done in real time has gone over like that. I mean. Furious. People were absolutely furious, which it was funny to me because it is a children's book at the end of the day.
If I remember correctly, you started singing to it. You started.
Yeah,
I
the
more people got angry at you, the more you doubled and tripled down. If I remember right.
Yeah, I doubled down. I wasn't moving. I was digging my heels in. I knew I couldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I was. This is the perfect type of controversy: is that I'm not going to get in trouble. It happened organically, and here we are. We are left with this. This follows me everywhere.
Just like Fred, last week at 4 p.m. today, I will be making my way from Taunton, I live there, up to the Garden to see Caitlin Clark. By the way, Robbie Roadsteamer kept saying during the six-man competition that she had the best feet. So do you think he'll make an appearance tonight? Did Robbie say when we were doing the six-man?
I don't remember that.
Did he keep talking about Caitlin Clark's feet? I don't remember that either.
Strong horse legs, maybe?
Huh?
Strong horse legs?
When was this?
During the sixth-man competition.
He came in and started waxing poetic about Caitlin Clark.
Who did?
Robbie Roadsteamer.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's a big stream of consciousness with him. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what he's saying. There's a lot of references, local references.
There's one here that is positive for Nick. Nice work on the new intro. Best one yet. Hey, whatever happened to Rock and Roll Mike? I'm getting word he'd never make it back from his European tour.
I haven't heard or seen. He was calling... I would say once every couple of months, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, Rock and Roll Mike, not a year ago. It was like a couple years ago. Yeah, he would call in like every morning at like 6 o'clock, and he would say he was in another country. He would say he was like in Paris or he was somewhere. And you'd be like, okay, like, I'm in a phone booth with Barrett. But yeah, he hasn't called in a very long time. And I didn't know him. I've only met him one time. I don't know where he was bumming around.
He was in studio that once.
Yeah, that
one
was
time.
enough. Yeah, and he overshadowed the guy from Machine, which just can't happen.
Yeah,
I have a lot of very long emails. People wanting to get in on the Nantucket situation.
Oh yeah,
but I'm having a little bit of a problem with that. There is a Pat Finnerty who does these takedowns. Adam's a huge fan of Pat Finnerty. He's a YouTube guy that does these comedic takedowns of songs. Says Pat covered this a few months ago. In fact, his coverage led to a campaign to bring back Bob Seger's Like a Rock for Chevy ads. Low Cash, formerly Low Cash Cowboys, can eat fiberglass. Maybe it'd make their voices like Tom Waits and therefore listenable. Well, isn't she country? Not a douse of digitized on that at all. They keep in the digital. Like they want, like for some reason that's part of the sell
Sounds
job.
like that guy who was singing the anthem in Baltimore last week.
Yeah. Just that effect. Like the idea is just to let people know you're doing the pitch shifting now. What's the point of harmonizing if you're pitch shifting it? Then you're not even harmonizing. You're just and then the other guy goes and then you pitch shift it so it fits together. Who cares? Yeah, this everyone got all outraged by that guy, and it was just a dude with a keyboard.
Our buddy Zach reached out to me after we played that, and I didn't get a chance to because he texted me after the show. But Dan Deacon was the guy who did the anthem. He said he's a big electronic psychedelic musician, part of a collective, I already hate him, called Wham City in Baltimore. There we go. Wham City. They do all kinds of different media, but they're famous for some of their Adult Swim live-action shorts. Unedited footage of a bear, and this house has too many people in it to name two.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, psychedelic is another way of saying crap. And I'll give you the example of Captain Beefheart. That is, who played Saturday Night Live in the 70s. I defy you to sit down and listen to a Captain Beefheart record, which is described by many as psychedelic, and then get through it and then come out and tell me that it's great. Captain Beefheart's terrible. Everything described as psychedelic is terrible. It's a way for people to get away being terrible, but it's positioned in a way that you're an idiot if you don't like it because you just don't get it because you haven't expanded your mind enough. As if you've taken mind-expanding drugs, now you can finally conceptualize the guy dicking around with his keyboard. Like that's great art.
Well, some of us can handle it, Fred. Some of us, like you, apparently need things spoon-fed to you.
She pull up them boots, proud of her roots.
You know, you just want it all laid out in front of you so you don't have to think about these things.
Do you think they're talking about her, I'm being serious, her hair or her family?
Our family.
Okay. Because I wonder if because these guys are obviously, one of them has a flavor saver. Like it was 1991.
Nice.
He's like Adam 12 in 2006. He's got a flavor saver. I had one as well, but he's like Florida trash. One of the guys. They both like have like a lot of makeup on and like teased hair. Again, they look like they really want to be in a glam metal band. Like they really wish that they could be in Rat, but they can't because you can't make money doing that. So like they don't wear cowboy hats because it would cover up the poofs.
Sure.
You know, like they a lot of jewelry and stuff. They're like Liberace-esque, but country. You know?
She like my Chevy.
My cynicism runs amok with those songs because I just know how they're made. I know people, they're my best friends, but I've hung out in Nashville with songwriters before. And you can see it. I've seen Jelly Roll. It's on TV. They sit in a room, like 8 people, and they're like, "We're gonna knock out a song today. Like we're gonna start with a grain of nothing. We're just gonna spitball stuff, and then we're gonna build this song." It's very unique to country music, and it's like an ad agency coming up with a campaign for a product. Like they're selling this product, and beer, trucks. America, like we're just going to throw this stuff in, and it's done with this degree of cynicism. Because if you've been writing songs for a living, and at first it started as passion and like art, and it's devolved into this commercial undertaking. Like no one who wrote this song went, "That's good." Like no one that wrote the Applebee's song like went, "This is good." Like, do you know the amount of cynicism on those guys?
Yeah,
you can't do that every day and go like, "This is good." This is the product that the idiots want. That's the way they're looking at it. The people that make it are going, this is the product that these idiots want.
This is crap. We know it's crap. We're talented enough to recognize that what we just wrote and recorded and put out to the world is bad.
And we're too talented almost to be successful because our integrity would be challenging to people. And also, I refuse to like poof my hair up and put on like a bunch of eyeliner to go out and pretend to be somehow this makes me a cowboy. You know, when real cowboys are missing teeth and they got scars on their face and like they're all like, you know, half their face is sagging off of them. Like that's a cowboy, not some little Stephen Piercy wannabe. No, not good. Don't light a match around those guys either. A lot of Aquanet.
There was one very disappointed email here from Dave. Starts off with, Tyler Witherspoon. She grunts through the phone to the local radio show. Only this show is different than other shows, much different. They have a man who is armed with one of the great jokes in human history, the with a spoon joke. It's not so much the joke itself, but the flawless execution, the timing, the panache, and all while being graceful like a swan. I lean forward, turn up my radio, giddy with anticipation. Go get her, Hardy, I whispered to myself. I grinned slyly, just waiting for the moment to hit. I'm giggling. It's going to be golden, something to build my day around. Then nothing, just pitch black nothingness, and they crudely cut to commercial. He didn't tell the joke. My body begins to shut down. I walk toward the closet at the bottom of the stairs. I open the door, punch in the code at the gun safe. I take off my sneakers so I can slide my toe to the My hero has failed his people.
You had so many chances yesterday morning.
Well,
you really did.
But don't take personal blame for that because that guy seems like he's got a plan already.
but-
Like it just takes a nudge.
I didn't notice. Did
Every
Jim,
update, you went through it at about last night.
Did Jen
What happened last
McCaffrey
night?
mention Witherspoon this morning?
No. Did she? She might have once.
Might have.
We talked about all the pictures that the Red Sox took.
She may have mentioned it, but I
I don't know. When you start getting the Major League Draft talk, I could see that washing over you.
Yeah.
You kind of just know it.
Plus,
yesterday,
I like
we
Jen.
mentioned it a
I don't know
lot.
if she loves us, so I don't. I don't wanna
I
go
think that Jen might be a little on the defensive when she comes on, thinking that there might be a curveball thrown her way. So I try to make it as generic as possible. I try not to I try to keep it pretty question and answery with her because she does seem like a little on guard. And I don't know if that's a dislike of us. I mean, she just wouldn't come on the show. But I think that's an uncertainty of the formula. And, the unpredictability might have her a little bit on edge. So I try to keep things incredibly predictable until we build a rapport.
Sometimes
and she knows she can trust the process.
Sometimes these things do wash over you. Hold on, let me. Well, I'm trying to think of it now because we got Kyle working on the show today. Kyle, who's that? The Red Sox, the pitcher they just took, the guy who got stabbed. What's his name? Tyler. Turn your mic on. The guy, he was stabbed. Tyler. What's his name? The guy who ended up getting stabbed before they drafted him, Tyler, what's his last name?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I'm not
Just
sure.
go ahead and say it. Ryan,
I'm
say
going to
it.
the
Set him
store,
up.
get a spoon.
The guy's name is Tyler Witherspoon.
No, with a knife.
There you go.
I was trying to get Kyle because he wasn't paying attention to our conversation, but he didn't know who they took either because who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I could see
Take that many pictures.
I could see that information.
He wasn't going to serve you up like that.
No, he wasn't going to just set you up. He's not like me, who's not afraid to set someone up.
I need Zolak here. He's fallen for it 3 times on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, he's eating.
Parker, Reese.
Yeah.
LeJean. No, he didn't know who LeJean Witherspoon was. But
I don't know who LeJean Witherspoon is.
Seven Dust. Come on, dude.
Oh, I actually used to know LeJean Witherspoon.
When he was in a funk band.
I was better friends with the drummer.
Oh, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan was a good guy.
Yeah, good dude.
All right. We'll be back. I wonder what they're up to now. You bring up these names, and they were in Atlanta. They were an Atlanta band. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drink.
I no longer love things.
Let's go. Let's ride.
98.5.
Like, let's roll the dice.
The Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. And Hardy, as we take this home, what are we going to talk about?
You're familiar with the Brazilian butt lift? I know John is. He knows all about that procedure that people go through to have fat injected into their buttocks. Apparently, there is a side effect that is now being talked about more and more online, and that is a certain smell that accompanies the Brazilian butt lift.
Really?
Yes. Many patients are caught off guard by an often musty smell. While this is common and usually harmless part of the healing process, it can cause stress or confusion during recovery. Now, what is the smell? Well, it's due to two things, according to surgeon Dr. Eric Anderson. He said it has to do with post-op complications such as tissue death, as the fat cells that are injected into the buttocks don't have enough blood flow to keep them alive, and poor hygiene.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Poor hygiene.
A plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills says that it's often difficult for patients to reach around the enlarged buttock area after using the bathroom, which may lead to unpleasant odors. This is a quote from Dr.
The messier
Roger,
the orange, the sweeter the juice.
Roger Sy. He said, wiping down there is going to be a lot more difficult because there's more to reach around.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why this whole ass phenomenon is ponderous.
And one more TikTok user had a post. He said, her body looked crazy. She had it done right, but BBLs do be smelling.
I thought it was going to rhyme there, but it didn't. We were reading it like a limerick.
Yeah.
If you would have told girls 20 years ago, that there was going to be a procedure that injects fat into your ass, they would have said, if there was a procedure that took fat out of your ass, that would have been the procedure. Isn't it funny? It's all the Kardashians, too. Like, someone with a big ass just decided, like, I'm going to be the one with the big ass, and if you don't, I'm going to make you like it. And people fell in line. It's fascinating to me because that's a part of the body that is of very little interest to me. But for people in John's community, it's the very thing that makes them know they're a man. Whenever they see a big fat bottom walking down the street, they know they feel alive. They don't need testosterone. They feel alive. All the testosterone's coursing through them.
They feel alive because they know how close they are to death should they suffocate underneath those buttocks.
Well, I mean, you want to get to the brink, but not all the way.
Yes.
That's how you live to get smothered another day.
Yeah. It's
and that did rhyme.
Yeah,
suffocation fantasy.
Yeah, but why have it only done to you once? You know? You want it multiple times.
In the new Superman,
Ask the Flatliners. You cross over one too many times. You may not come back.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with the portal into another realm in Superman.
Okay.
They don't really explain why that is tenuous, and they kind of give up on that storyline. But there is a portal, just so you know.
Okay.
So if they want to do a multiverse,
watching here?
If they want to do a multiverse, that is available to them.
That's fine.
It is, Mike.
I don't want robots.
Mike still wields a mighty cultural sword.
Came up with a super dog.
I mean, he went right to the computer and got on right away.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay?
He connected with that 70 and over audience. He did a great job.
Yeah. It's not like the show he liked in the 50s.
Yeah.
This is Superman.
In any incarnation since. Superman, who's been laying dormant. By the way, someone emailed in and said the dog was introduced in 1955. Francesca was born in 1954.
That's fine.
So the dog is only 1 year younger than him.
Okay.
So he's such a Superman fanatic that wants them to play by this rule book, but the very thing he hates has been with Superman since Superman was 1 year old.
I mean, we all like dogs, okay?
I like how he has to say that because he's afraid, you don't want to upset the dog people.
Well, he's not afraid of upsetting the robot people.
I don't want robots.
Yeah, he did. I don't know, robot. Yeah. All right. That'll do it for us. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow.